glamorous. It looks like we're now just in the deep dark void, which I suppose is actually pretty representative of living in the UK in 2023. But let's go with it. So everything works. Now we just lost backgrounds because I think the backgrounds were what was causing it to chug. Yeah, it's running a lot smoother now.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna change those files for next time. So So the first shop that we're going to be talking about is Poundland. Now, I believe Meg was wanting to talk about Poundland. So Meg, I'm going to let you lead off the conversation. Where do you stand on the land of pound, on the pound of land? That rhymes.
I fucking love Poundland. Poundland is fantastic. Like, I know as of recent they're starting to sell things that are more than £1, but inflation gives a shit. But anyways, I fucking love it.
Sorry, Sponge. I think the stream might be coming. I think the call might be coming back through your audio a little bit.
Oh, so sorry.
That's good.
Turn it down a little bit, if that helps.
My enthusiasm for Poundland is affecting the audio.
So where would you put? What is the benefit of Poundland for you? So I mean, Poundland. There's I always get Poundland and Pound Stretcher confused, because I know like there's like Poundland, Pound Stretcher, and Pound World.
Yeah. Okay. So for me personally, I'd say personal links to Poundland.
Is this a conflict of interest? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's my brother's girlfriend used to work for Poundland, and the amount of she used to work at quality control for Poundland, so she would get calls about complaints of faulty objects.
Okay, yeah.
Which is like, so apparently some of the weirdest calls that you'd get through as well. It's like, I bought this bag of sweets that said it was 100 grams. I weighed it, it was 102. And shit along those lines.
Fuck's sake.
Which I think is hilarious. But it's just, I don't know, the fact that there are so many Poundlands, plus the fact that there is such a variety of stuff in a Poundland. Like, I could go into a Poundland, buy Christmas presents for everyone that I know, plus wrapping paper, plus tape, plus ribbons and bows, plus a snack for myself. Plus alcohol at points.
You can buy alcohol in a pound? What?
You can in some Poundlands. It doesn't cost £1, I will admit, but you know. Okay.
Because this here is my big issue with Poundland. This is a big thing that for me keeps Poundland away from the highest tiers, is that you cannot, not everything is a pound. If it is a land of pounds, everything should be a pound.
It did start off like that, but everything's you can't blame Poundland for inflation.
I don't know.
Should rebrand then, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Couple
of Poundland. Yeah, I would totally go to a few Poundland. You know? Like, where do you stand in it, Sponge?
Sorry.
That was adorable.
See, I do like Poundland. However, I am a bigger fan of like B&M or Home Bargains personally.
Massively,
but I do like pound shops. They're nice, kind of like little days out, aren't they? Though, like to go and see what all the little trinkets are in them.
There's something so beautiful about having a day out trip to Poundland. This is the state of 2023. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do for your holidays? Oh, we're going down to Poundland. Gonna go to Poundland and then swing around by Pound Stretcher. Have lunch from 99p stores. You know.
My only issue though is your correlation between Poundland and B&M. Somebody who worked in a B&M. No.
Very different to you.
Oh no.
Also,
I
refuse
like
to call them
B&M.
B&M. I simply call it bum bargains because it's.
We call it bum.
Yeah.
Anything that's like something and or something. Apart from M&S, that gets marked as Sparks.
So I'm looking on the thing here. I do not see any sign of alcohol here. So I'm kind of taking you to be a liar here, Meg. But like look at this, 25p, £1, £2. So like I would understand at least if it's like in multiples of a pound. 300 grams of great baking frosting, 125 or 2 for 250. Yes, that is just the math.
That's math. That's math.
Like what the fuck? Okay, my respect for Poundland is dropping down.
See, one of the reasons why I don't like Poundland, and it's like a history thing, it's something that bugged me since I was a kid, is that I wanted Transformers when I was a nipper. I loved Transformers. I wanted the toys. And like, we couldn't find them anywhere, but my nan kept buying me Pound Stretcher Transformers instead, like the cheap rip-off versions.
Oh.
And the same thing with the Power Rangers. I remember those. I was a bit old for Power Rangers, but my son wasn't.
But you just said Pound Stretcher, not Poundland.
I'll put same different. They're all the bloody same.
It's not. No, we have
They're
to
all
rank
shit.
them all as individual stores.
But look, the disappointment that I felt in my heart when my nan gave me, she passed away now, love her, gave me like this naff old rip-off Transformers, like that ain't a proper Transformer. But I couldn't tell her that because I didn't want to upset her. So I just took it and pretended to enjoy it. And actually, deep down inside, I despised it with pretty much every essence and ounce of my being. It was rough. That's why I don't like Poundland.
Then use that logic towards when we get to Pound Stretcher, not Poundland.
Yeah.
I think so. Poundland do the same thing. Mr. Dip, where do you stand?
So I think that the Weights and Measures Act is a very important piece of legislation, and the fact that it does not in fact weigh 16 ounces is definitely a strike against it in that regard.
This is valid. Like,
Sorry.
False advertising.
You
and no matter
cannot advertise yourself as Poundland if you do not weigh 16 ounces.
So basically, what we're saying here is that it's not, both with regards to the monetary value of a pound and also the weight of a pound, it is a lie. What we're actually suggesting then is the shop should simply be called land.
Yes.
Would you be okay with it if it was just called land?
I mean, most of them are actually renting their storefronts, so even describing it as land would be a little bit inaccurate.
Most shops are renting storefronts, so.
Yeah.
Tap place, they should call it. Tap place.
Yeah.
It's full of tap.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's a place.
Okay.
I'd shop in Tap place.
The
Yeah.
place
would as
you
well.
go, the place you go before you go to the cinema to get a big bag of sweets.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because fuck cinema prices, like
Oh, yeah,
straight
yeah.
up the worst shit.
Yeah.
And we'll get to cinemas
So-
in a bit. The
So
big
long
thing
as
is,
just in America. I'm definitely not going to bring this up every opportunity I get. Just in America. You know that that like Target in America sells like boxes of candy that they market as cinema boxes.
oh
And I
yeah,
was like, why do they call them cinema boxes? And it's because they're small enough that you can slip them into a pocket. And it's like, yeah.
I like that. Also,
Yeah,
Anyways.
there's no hook to that story. Please carry on.
it's good.
Anyways,
I'm also
Poundland,
like,
okay, let's move on.
I'm liking Karu's suggestion of the place you go to get a bag of sweets before you go to the cinema land. Yeah, I think that either that or land is just the name for it. So my big thing I'm going to say here in defense of Poundland is that they've got fucking great merch. Like,
Yeah.
Poundland like really buy into their merch massively. Like, you
I
this mug
almost got that
costs £1.
Poundland Christmas jumper last year.
Like,
I was so close to getting it.
I'm pretty sure they did a £2 mug as well, which was like,
I was the size of the Sports Direct mugs.
I'd love if that Poundland mug actually cost £2 as well. That would annoy me.
oh my god, you can buy it for £13 now on eBay.
13 quid.
Everyone
There it is.
invest in Poundland £2 mugs. Like, I actually have mad respect for like how much they own their brand. But yeah,
It's not as good as Greg's merch. I agree with Johnny.
Oh,
Chris.
Christ, yeah.
But it's just
Oh,
not.
but the Greg's merch is sold through Primark.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not
I
sold through fucking Poundland though, so it's fine.
I do
So-
love the shitty little decorations that you get for like Halloween and Christmas in those kind of shops as well.
Yeah.
It's so good to just walk in and go, that's a cute fake ghost.
One of them.
I'm
one
going to
of
get
them,
that. It's
one
cheap
of them.
enough. Yeah.
Okay, so let's decide where it should go. So
Hey.
Meg is suggesting putting it in the A tier. We're going to put it there for now, but it's probably not going to stay there. I think it needs to go lower. I don't think it's bad. Like I would still like.
Face.
like the way I'm kind of seeing it is that if it's somewhere I actively would only go into, like, so the way I see it is like F tier is like I would never go into there unless I really have to. D tier is like I would go in there if other places were closed. C and B are like, you know, passable. A is like a good quality, a good shop. I would choose to go there. S is basically God tier.
Every time I go to town, I go to Poundland. It's great for stocking up on snacks.
Okay.
Don't put that on your CV.
So let's start off. So Dip, where would you put it? We can adjust from there.
It's an analog Amazon, right? So it's a C. It's a bang average. It never has exactly what you need, but it has like, some of what you need. All right. Well, clearly we have different tastes.
I'm going to put it down into B tier from that. So we have an A and a C, which averages out to be a B. Sponge, where would you put Poundland?
I don't want Mick to hate me, but I would also put it in C. I'm sorry.
Okay, we have a low
I'm
B.
a B&M girl, I'm sorry.
We've got a low B, high C for it right now. Ultraviolence or UV, where would you put Poundland? It's currently low B, high C.
Remember, Poundland, not Pound Stretcher. Your nan went to Pound Stretcher.
It was one of them.
Meg, sorry, that is the best insult I've ever heard.
Your nan went to Pound Stretcher. Forget your dad sells Avon. Your nan went to Pound Stretcher.
That's the fucking best insult I've ever heard.
Amazing.
So, like, let's say
I would have put it in D if it was down to me, but I've heard some convincing arguments from some people, so I would slide it up into the. I'd like to slide it into the C as well.
Into the C.
That's okay.
Okay, so it comes down to me then as the fifth member of the Brain Trust. I'm gonna. So it's currently sitting in a high C. I'm gonna move it into a low B. I don't know. It's high C. It's high C low B. I think it's.
I can live with that.
I think how much they kind of buy into it with their merch, how self-aware it is a shop kind of like gets it. Oh, but then that B&M one there is fucking excellent. Saw this, I'd rather be shopping in B&M. That's fucking great.
That's
Is
my
that
mug.
actually from B&M?
And either that, well, if it is,
I
then
don't. That's not
there's
actual
competition.
B&M merch.
If that's sold in Poundland, then they can go up to B.
My name is Siobhan and I'm a B&M addict. What the fuck? What? I love really specific mugs. Like that's an entirely separate fucking world. It's like the specific T-shirts. It's like, hey, I'm a chronic sufferer of IBS, and I'm a
Gemini.
I have a husband who works in underwater welding for special effects departments, and I'm a badass Gemini who will fix your toilet. So don't fuck with me
cats.
or my grandmother Jennifer. It's like
Shit like that.
Who goes to Pound Stretcher?
yeah. Well, fucking Jennifer and Pound Stretcher. Okay. So I reckon we'll keep that in there's a low B. If B tier starts to fill up and we need to move it, it's getting moved down to C though. It's kind of on that kind of line. So yeah, this first one down, and it's already created a massive divide. We're going to remove that from the list. Goodbye Poundland. And we're going to spin it a second time. Now, as well as that, we each get to pick. After this one, we're going to take our first turns at picking our special ones. So like, we each get to pick a shop that means something to us particularly. So the next one, oh my god, it's Woolworths. Oh, it's Woolies. Okay.
Makes me emotional.
Well, actually, since you are so emotional about it, UV, how about you start? Tell me about you and Woolies.
Oh, it used to be my favourite place for pick and mix as a kid. I used to go there. I actually, again, Transformers. This is where I got my Optimus Prime from.
Did you basically
With you and Transformers.
just get Transformers from fucking everything?
I just remember it was coming up to Christmas and that was where it was, so I had to rush it to get it. So yeah, so Woolworths. Honestly, I'm gutted that it is no longer a thing in the UK. I don't know if it's somebody sent me a photo recently showing me a Woolworths in another country.
Yeah,
so
Woolworths in South Africa, but it's not the same company.
But it's it was a great loss to the country when Woolies decided to close their doors. They sold so many good things. the sweets again. I gotta go back to the sweets because pick and mix was legend, I think.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
I've gone off pick and mix recently since I saw a drunkard puke into a pick and mix once, but I still back before I saw that. I just think I love Woolworths. Sad.
Yeah, like the thing that really surprised me is that no one bought it out and just kept the name, because like it was one of the few like high street brands that actually had like good reputation. Like I've never known a single person who didn't actually enjoy going to Woolies. So fun story. So like a little while ago, me and Artie were down in Aberystwyth visiting like family and stuff there, and we stayed in this kind of like little guest house next to like a sort of vintage sort of like antique shop, and they had a big section of vintage clothing in the back, and it was a mix of like, it's like they had two different kinds of things in there. It had like, you know, like proper like, you know, like suede things from the 70s, and like, you know, I had some really nice vintage stuff, and then it had stuff like a t-shirt from like the University of Miami's women's lacrosse team making the semi-finals in 2008. It had like really specific stuff. But the one thing we got from there is Artie got a Woolies staff t-shirt, and it is genuinely like her favorite t-shirt ever. Johnny Quiz bought his first CD from Woolies. I actually did the same with mine. And okay, here's a bit of trivia for you. It's something I actually think I've mentioned one time before. Have a guess what my first CD was?
Boys to Men.
Not Boys to
Venga
Men.
Boys.
S Club 7.
Sponge got it in one of Venga Boys.
Venga Boys.
Oh,
Really?
It was. I think I just got my hi-fi. I was about 5. We went into Woolies. I was all about the pick and mix. Like you said, I was all about the fucking pick and mix. And I just wanted to beeline to the pick and mix. It was my birthday. And my parents stopped me at the CD. He's like, Mark, you've now got your first hi-fi. You get to pick a CD, and it's just like that one. Pick and mix. I just didn't even look. And it was Venga Boys. But that's a separate deep dive. So for me, that's pretty damn high. How about yourself there, Sponge?
What I went to Woolworths for, or what was my first CD?
Go with CD first. There's a little tangent. Then back to Woolies.
My first CD was Pulp, Common People.
That's a solid choice. This is why I have
from
my brain trust.
H&M in Andover, I think it was. Yeah,
Nice.
I really like that song, and I like the band.
That explains a lot about who you married.
Gonna start calling him Jarvis Cocker.
Oh, he does look
yeah.
like Jarvis Cocker, let's be real.
True.
So
yeah.
where do you stand on Woolies? What was Woolies to you?
Woolies, I think for anyone that's sort of in their 30s is it's a childhood memory, isn't it, of going and getting pick and mix. Does anyone remember the lucky bags you used to be able to get there?
Oh,
You get like lucky dip bags. They always had a
Yeah.
funny smell to them that used to make me feel a bit queasy. But there was something about them. You get like a sweet, a magazine, some stickers, and they were just...
The sweet was always that little box that had like, they were kind of chewy, but they had like a hard outside on them.
Yeah,
And they tasted like nothing else in the universe.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I never ever cared about lucky bags from anywhere else, but the ones from Woolworths, I don't know why, they just had something special in my heart. And the fact that, you know, my mum could do my clothes shopping for school whilst I was pottering around looking at lunch boxes or kids' toys, it was just basically a daycare centre for kids whilst the parents did the shopping, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I do miss Woolworths.
I think it's one of these things that it's almost a bit like it's almost a bit like one of these kind of like massive events. Everyone I think of our generation and above remembers where they were when they heard Woolworths closed. It's like it's almost like the sort of capitalist Diana in some ways. It was like a real like, British tragedy.
I think Diana was the capitalist Diana.
Oh, fine. The faceless corporate Diana. There we go. How about yourself then, Mr. Dip?
I'm ranking it high because for as long as I live, I still can't find those little like red jelly bottles with the white foam back on that taste like strawberry milkshake, and you can't get them anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, you could only get them there, and they were the best thing in a pick and mix, apart from the big green snakes, which cost extra. Like, those little things, you can't find them. I promise you can't find them. I've tried. You can
Little
get
blue
things that
dolphins.
look like it, but
Wait,
they're
what?
not as good.
Wait, what are you looking for? What?
the little red cola bottles that have the white foam back and taste like strawberries.
Yes, I remember.
You can
those,
find
yeah.
knockoffs that look the same, but they don't.
But they're
taste
nowhere near as good.
And it's not my fault they taste different. I have not changed. They have.
It's not the nostalgia talking. No,
No.
it's not me that's wrong. It's the children.
It's
that are wrong.
sugar tax laws in the UK.
Yeah. Bastards.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, and lastly,
Did anyone else
Mechanical.
get this?
where would you, what's your
Look,
opinion on Woolworths? Are you going to
whilst
come
most
here
of
with
that was whilst
really
most of that was going on,
controversial
I
thing?
was just double checking something. The Woolworths that exists in Australia has nothing to do
yeah,
with
it's,
UK
it's
Woolworths.
all separate companies.
It's nothing to do with it. It's just happens to be the same name.
Yeah, there's also
So truly R.I.P. Woolworths.
yeah. The only Woolworths that did exist post that was there was Woolworths in Dorchester, which was reopened as Wellworths by Chris Evans on the 11th of March 2009, which
Hey, Chris
then was
Evans.
renamed Welchester. And yeah, it's
Welchester.
it's soulless. There's also Allworths as well, which is nah.
Much like Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Soulless.
Also, fun fact: I didn't know about the actor Chris Evans for so fucking long because like I'm only now catching up with any Marvel things now that Artie's getting me to watch them, and I was the only Chris Evans that's familiar with is Wee Ginger Chris Evans, and imagine my fucking confusion when I'm working with people who are like, oh my god, the stuff I'd let Chris Evans do to me. I was like dreaming about shagging Chris Evans, and I'm like, what?
What?
Like, really?
Chris Evans was excellent as Captain America. It's like, huh?
Like look at this. Like, really? The most shaggable person in the world. Yeah, fair.
Chris Evans.
Look at him go. Anyway,
While we're on a minor tangent about pick and mix,
yeah.
I've got an article here from the ever reliable source of news, the Fenland Citizen.
Oh shit.
Wilco's reveals UK's top pick and mix picks, and I think they're wrong because the number one pick is apparently jelly beans.
No.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Yeah, everyone here knows that the jelly beans are the filler pick and mix.
Yeah.
Along
Like-
with like Dolly
yeah.
Mix or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to
Something
the
to
bottom
just
and
fill
it's
in
like
the gap-
Dolly
the
Mix.
gaps.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so at some point we need to do a pick and mix tier list as well, because like
Yeah, I think we do, Joe. Yeah. I
yeah.
think you need to just get rid of this one. Let's get the pick
Pick
and
and
mix
mix.
out.
Well, we'll do.
Things
Can
that
we
really
do
matter.
the pick and mix one in person and actually have the pick and mix?
Yes. Okay. I'm getting you all up to Aberdeen. We're doing the pick and mix tier list in person.
Yum 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 yum.
The other one that I always get
Best
flashbacks to it, and it was like the most wrong opinion I've ever heard was someone talking about, I think it was like Quality Street or Roses or whatever, and she went, oh, at Christmas it's always a nightmare because like always everyone wants the toffee pennies first, and I'm like, what?
Not first.
The fudge.
They're the
I like
worst
it.
ones.
I like
Yeah.
a toffee penny, but it's not
They're
the
the
first
worst.
thing you go for.
Triangles,
Oh, no,
mate,
it's not
every
the
time.
worst.
Triangles.
Yeah,
Or the
Purple
fudge
one.
sticks.
purple one, triangles, all valid options, but it's just this person like, oh yeah, in my family, all the toffee pennies, they're always the first ones to go. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
They
they're the
must
first ones
all
to go in the
have-
bin.
Yeah,
Because then you just end up with toffee in your teeth.
Yeah.
And everything else you eat tastes like toffee.
and you end
They
up
must
having to
have
pull
so
them
many
out and
strong
pulling your
teeth,
teeth
though.
out with as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have celebrations instead.
yeah, celebrations definitely.
Nah,
Give
But,
the
like,
bounties to your neighbours.
But yeah, I mean, like that it's weird. Like I'm all for, you know, having your own opinion. Like, you allow people to have their own opinions. I respect differences in opinions, but genuinely, my respect for this person, I felt it drop a little bit when I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it's like I no longer saw them as a functioning human. I saw them more as a sort of weird alien species. It just like
Opinions are like arseholes, Joe.
Yeah.
Some of them are wrong.
A job.
Some of them need bleach.
Job.
yeah.
Job. Woolworths.
Woolworths. Okay.
Yeah.
So
How many have we got to get through?
we've got
We're on the
195
second
on the
one.
list. We're going to be fine. So UV,
Anyways,
where would you put Woolworths on the list?
For me, it's an
S
A
tier.
tier shop. I wouldn't put it in S because I wouldn't necessarily. It's not a shop that I would. If I wanted something from Woolies, I'd go there next time I go out to do some shopping. And if it was an S tier shop, it'd be one I'd go out to go to. So, A for me.
I think if Woolies still existed, it might have been an S.
Yeah, possibly, but it doesn't.
Okay, Meg, is that you saying you want to put it in A tier as well?
A tier, yep.
Fair. Sponge?
Happy to put it in A tier.
Dip?
Yeah.
A tier? I personally would have put it in S tier, but for A tiers and the chat poll coming through A tier, it's an A tier. I think it's definitely what I'm thinking here is we've got two great sort of like ones to kind of judge against here. B tier is the lowest point in B tier is going to be Poundland. So if it's worse than Poundland, it's C. And A tier I think is the highest. I think Woolworths is about the highest A tier you can get. I think if it's any better than Woolworths, it has to be S tier, because I don't know. I think these are two ones that kind of are the limits for each one.
I agree with that. I think that's fair.
Sounds pretty sensible. Then.
Now, next up, I'm going to ask the fantastic Spongeydoodle, could you please pick the next one? And
I
we'll
feel
go with
like
that.
because of my outburst earlier, I should be going for B.
You want to bring out B&M? Are we bringing out Bumbergens?
It's a toss up between B&M or IKEA, but I think I'm going to go for B&M so I can push my beliefs a bit more.
You can push your B&M agenda. Okay. So, tell me your opinion on B&M, please.
B&M is like the closest thing to Walmart you'll have in the UK, because you will have, like, on one aisle you'll have alcohol and snacks, and then the next aisle you've got gardening, and then the next aisle, it wouldn't surprise me if you had tires or guns. Like, that just would be, you just wouldn't think about it twice.
Guns?
In B&M, it would just, guns. In Walmart, you have, like, they sell guns in the Walmarts.
All right.
I was going to say, guns in B&M, Jesus Christ.
I was just B&M up by you was amazing. I want to go there.
Yeah. I was with you, I'm like nodding away, and I'm like, guns? What?
So I went to America when I was like quite young, and I remember going to Walmart, and I just remember finding it hilarious because you had the food on one side of the building, and then on the other side there was like kids' toys, car parts, guns. I was just like, this. I can get a cabbage and a shotgun in the same shop, and that just does not compute in my head.
Like, my favorite one I remember like that in Walmart was that they had all these guns. So you could buy guns, you could buy stuff to literally just go in and like do a mass murdering. But I also bought Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park, and I didn't realize till I got home that they only had the censored versions. I'm like, son of a bitch! I can't listen to sweary words. I can't listen to sweary words, but I can buy weapons of mass destruction. Essentially, fuck off.
Yeah, anything you want, you can get at B&M. Like it's just so random, and I love it. It's a lucky dip shop, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my main issue with B&M is you say you can get anything you want. Their refrigerated section sucks.
I wouldn't trust anything from the fridge.
It's very small, isn't it?
It's better than Poundland's, though, right?
It's so bad. Poundland's got loads of fridges. Don't know what you're on about.
I don't think I trust the stuff from there either.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Artie's asking for a quick tangent about how he broke Alexa earlier. It's not Alexa, it's a Google Home Mini, which I got free and is slowly fucking dying. I asked it if I managed to get it to almost swear. I asked it for the meaning of "see you next Tuesday," and it started loudly beeping where the words "cunt" should have been, and it's genuinely beautiful. If you have a Google Home Mini or anything like that, if you have a Google Home at home, ask it that one.
I have a Google phone. Will it do the same?
Possibly. It's like I've got a recording because Google Home recently changed. They used to have lots of like really awful games built in that you could play with. I say games, most of them were just kind of vaguely interactive things, and I actually have a recording of it because they shut it down in June, and I recorded myself playing every single one before they did. And I used to have so many arguments with Lottie Dottie Chicken, and I feel like I'm possibly the only person in the world who's ever played the Lottie Dottie Chicken game on Google Home and suffered through that. I'm hoping to one day find maybe the one other person who did it, although chances are they'd probably be like a 5-year-old. Let's be fucking real. So one day there'll be another adult in the world who has experienced the Lottie Dottie chicken game. But yeah, fuck that. So, where were we? It wasn't Poundland. It was B&M. Yes.
B&M.
Bum.
Yeah.
What does B&M stand for?
That's a very good question.
Bargain Madness.
Bargain and madness. See, I mean, I immediately think of Bolliger and Mabillard, but that's
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's just us being like massive roller coaster nerds. That moment there.
That was big mistake.
Big mistake.
B&M.
What's it look? Maybe it means nothing.
While you're googling that, I have some good news for you.
Oh, good news.
Oh, okay. I've figured out why it's called B&M. Founded by Malcolm.
First good news.
The good news is that you can still get the Lottie Dottie chicken game on the Google Play Store.
Oh, fuck off.
With the description. Can't stand wheels on the bus anymore? Try Lottie Dottie Chicken's lovely songs. Nursery rhymes and educational songs that teach kids how good it is to sing and learn. Safe environment.
Ah.
See, the
Best day ever.
the one I remember playing was like, it had a game on it that was like, oh, can you tell who can you guess who I'm talking about? It must have been like some sort of character. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I'm purple and I'm Lottie Dottie Chicken's cousin. Who am I? And I was like, a big purple cock. And it went, correct. And I was like, fucking what? Yeah. I think that's Wait, I don't actually know which one Lottie Dottie is. My Lottie Dottie chicken knowledge is actually pretty fucking minimal for someone who's had literal shouting arguments. Yeah, that looks like the bitch.
So, Jubb, when are you playing Lottie Dottie Chicken, the game, on stream?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow
Right
we're
now.
doing a Lottie Dottie chicken stream. There we go. So I'm looking at this. So apparently it stands for Billington and Mayman.
Yeah, Malcolm Billington and Brian Mayman.
They are the Brian Mayman. That's like
MD
the most budget Queen member of all time, Brian Mayman.
Oh no, they are the most Birmingham in the 70s names you've ever heard.
Yeah. 100%.
Well, where was it founded?
I love how, like, when you look at the history, like, the first thing, it's like, okay, fair. In 2012, B&M pleaded guilty at Mansfield Magistrates Court for 6 fire safety offences. Jeez.
Okay, it's first stop in Lancashire.
So, Meg, I'm guessing then, based upon the bargain store debates, that your opinion of B&M is not quite as high.
I do like B&M. B&M has a good range. However, as somebody who worked in a B&M, fuck B&M.
I mean, I could get my sister on the call. My sister is a supervisor at B&M currently. Maybe things have changed.
I think any job you're going to feel like that, though, especially in retail. And that's more because of customers. If you've ever worked in retail, customers are the main bane of your life. But
Oh no, mine
also-
was the management.
Yeah, bad management can also make a place horrible to work.
Things like one bad venue doesn't, a bad shop make. I mean, there's 703 B&Ms as of 19th February 2022.
I worked in 3 different ones.
Well, there's fucking 700 you didn't work in, then your opinion's still only a small fucking
My
fraction.
my percentage is not good.
Yeah. So, like, I personally am quite. Sorry, Johnny, I just misread that. I thought that said people don't quit hand jobs. Sorry. I personally quite like B&M. Like, I think it's one of these shops that's like, I preferred Home Bargains, but I always found Home Bargains was a lot more just kind of like actual trash, whereas B&M had a lot of like actually decent things just at low prices. I'm quite partial to B&M. I think it is possibly my favorite of the budget brands, but that's me. How about yourself, UV?
I'm pretty fond of B&M, to be honest with you. I get confused between B&M and The Range. I find them quite similar.
Yeah.
But I can if I'm looking, like we were looking for, I say Mrs. UV was looking for one of those draining stands, the ones you put on the draining board by the sink to pop your plates in and all.
Mark's
yeah,
looking
Looking
for
for one of them, and we went to B&M first, and they had some reasonably decent ones, but not quite to the level that Mrs. UV wanted. But then we went to the range, found the one we wanted. So, but then it happens the other way around as well. So they kind of, they're both part of the course. Like, but we got furniture in the living room that is like B&M. It's good stuff as well. Like the stand for the TV behind me over there. I've also got a nice little side table and a coffee table. Really good quality at a really reasonable price. And therefore, as far as
them paying you.
well, look,
And this mug.
B&M have needed my help in the past when they had that issue with their fire safety regulations. So I got to do my best for them.
The temptation to
What?
edit the Wikipedia article to add that in is.
Yeah, it's I think they sell some pretty good stuff. It's pretty reasonably priced. The only thing about it is I needed some like little plastic hooks, just like with the the sticky
the
pads on
command
the back.
strip books.
I needed to get some of them the other day, and I couldn't find any in there, so that was disappointing. But the staff have always been reasonably decent enough
Meg
to
might
not
be able
bother
to help you get
disturbing me. Yeah, it's
I'd
it's
sooner burn it to the ground.
Here's a bit of a question for you: was B&M the first place you went to for those hooky things?
Yeah, we went to B&M first. We went through the DIY section, which is reasonable. I wouldn't say it was like, a high range of things, but there was enough variety to make it enjoyable. But they just didn't have what I wanted, and by the time I left it, I was kind of solemn, and so I left and went to the range and found them.
depressing, actually.
Yeah, and
I went to B&M, got sad, left.
You didn't buy what you wanted at B&M, but I bet you found 20 other things that you didn't know you needed.
no.
No?
The thing is, I'm a terrible shopper for just I say terrible. I think it's good. If I want something, I will go and get that thing, and then I go. I won't like peruse. It's like if Mrs. UV wants washing powder, she'll go down the washing powder aisle and stay there for ages, reading which flavors and smells they have. And
Flavors.
Not doing
which
B&M
well,
right
maybe not
if you're not
flavors.
having
She don't
other
need washing tablets, but she wants to know the different scents. And then she got to work at how many tablets are in a bag compared to that one and see whether the price is good. For me, it's just I want that. I'll go get there. It is. I'll have it, or it ain't there. I'll come out another day and have another look.
Also, I want to propose a new term to add to the general lexicon here. So, you're familiar with the term post-nut clarity, right? I'm not going to describe that. I think we all know what post-nut clarity is.
I don't know what that is.
Where is this going?
Ask Mrs. UV. What I'm going to suggest here.
More.
What I'm going to suggest.
I've just
here,
worked it out. I
Yeah.
know what it is. Yeah, I had it just now. Funnily enough. Yeah, no.
what I'm going to suggest here is that you experience something separate, which is post B&M solemnity, which is a totally different experience. So that's my contribution to the English language. Here's my thesis. Next up, we have Mr. Dip. Mr. Dip, where's your stance on B&M?
I guess I need to ask one follow-up question to Meg, having an insider here. You mentioned that it was bad management. How bad are we talking?
I'm talking. One day told me that I needed to cover a shift the next day, so I did, and they said, "Okay, we'll get it sorted." So that I talked to the person whose shift I covered, and they were like, "Okay, I'll cover your next shift." So we made an agreement about that, and we informed management about it, and they went, "Why did you shift shifts in the first place? You can't do that." And then gave me which they never said that you couldn't exchange shifts with somebody, and as far as I'm aware, everybody was doing it anyways, and then gave us both cautions.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, the blood of the capitalist machine is lubricated with the blood of the workers. Hang the parasites, all power to the workers. B&M gets an F.
They gave us caution because we swapped shifts once.
Yeah. Billington and Mayman will be the first in front of the wall.
For the sake of anyone actually potentially
we
concerned that
rate
we are
it-
calling for the death of anyone, I'm going to reiterate everything said in the stream
Minecraft.
of parody, and it all happened in Minecraft only.
In Minecraft. Just in Minecraft.
We're just talking Roblox. We're talking about B&M and Roblox.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all Roblox.
It happened in the game. It's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
I point out with B&M as well, you get all those random foods and drinks items that they don't sell anywhere else. And they're always really weird things, and you can only ever get them at B&M. Like weird sweets.
And you also get, as I already pointed out, the fresh food section, which is genuinely the saddest looking mush of just...
It's not the saddest, though. You've never been to a food warehouse in Yorkshire.
Oh.
Looks like it's been left for 3 days in Florida heat.
One of the things as well about B&M that I do find disconcerting as well is I like consistency in the places that I go. I like to go to somewhere, know what I'm going to get. And what annoys me is sometimes I go to B&M and the staff that normally work a shift on a Wednesday have swapped with someone else, which really annoys me. I wish they wouldn't keep swapping shifts all the time.
Actually, my shift was swapped on a Thursday. But
Bastards.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Sponge, as you're the one who brought B&M forth into the equation, where do you rank B&M?
For me, B&M is like an afternoon out for a shopping trip, and I have so much fun. Like,
Is this following your holiday to Poundland?
Yeah.
How big are the B&Ms you're going to?
Well, so I don't really go to the ones in the city centre or town because I don't go to town, but we've got like massive ones in like retail parks around here, and they're like huge. Like some of them have outdoor areas as well, which is fantastic. And I just like going in and mocking like some of the decorational stuff, but then at the same time loving other bits. And buying pillows and throws and just random, like I will go in looking for one thing and come out spending 150 quid easy.
Is that necessarily a good thing though?
My
Going in
husband
for
doesn't
one
say,
thing,
but
coming out without that thing, but 20 things that you didn't actually want.
yeah.
It's
Isn't that
a
just-
shop.
I didn't know I needed them until I saw them.
Also, for what it's worth talking about the size, I found the largest B&M in the world, which is in Bournemouth.
Yep.
It is fucking huge. But
Yeah,
things
me-
like,
me-
Guess where I'm going on holiday next.
it's right next to quite a small Poundland. Like,
Yeah.
this is all B&M, and that's a tiny little Poundland. Like,
Me
that
and
is-
Blackout have made a joke that, well, we say it's a joke, we're actually going to do it. We're going to do a road trip around the UK, going to the biggest Asda, the biggest Tesco, the biggest Sainsbury's, the biggest B&M, so on and so forth. So
Okay.
we'll be going there.
Although it used to be a home base. Oh, look,
Oh.
you can slowly see the death of home base here.
The death of oh my god.
Oh,
Clearance sales.
There's a
Oh
big-
no.
it's a big... So I was like, oh, look,
Let's hope
home
let's hope
base.
Wilco's doesn't come up then in this list.
Oh, it's so sad to see. I actually preferred home base growing up. But like, anyway, let's move away from that. So where would you tier it?
I'd tier it SRA, but that's me.
SRA. I'm gonna put it in. Tell you pick the starting point.
I kind of want to put it on in S just so that as it gets dipped down, it stays quite high.
Okay,
I'm tactically gonna put it in S.
Here's the question: would you say it's better than Woolworths?
Cool.
B&M is Woolworths for adults.
It's a pretty bold statement.
That's bold.
That's very bold.
If you really want to do that, then Booze Buster is Woolworths for adults.
What the fuck's a booze buster? What?
Do you not have Booze Buster in Scotland?
Okay, looking that one up. Booze buster.
I mean,
Booze Buster.
I imagine essentially it's bargain booze.
Young
Yeah,
booze busters. We're good.
Uh,
Boost your knowledge on alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs.
that's not the Booze Buster I remember.
I mean, not only is this not Woolworths, this is also not for adults, so that's a 0 for 2 there. I mean, I'm seeing bargain booze, which again, I don't think I've never seen a bargain booze in Scotland. I think one of the big things with that is Scotland's got quite strict laws with regards to like how you sell alcohol.
And you have to stop selling it after 10 o'clock or
Yeah,
something.
you can't buy alcohol in any off license between 10 p.m. and 10 a.m. That's the law.
That's crazy.
Wowzers.
At uni, there was a company called Moonshine that used to drive around at night and deliver alcohol to your door. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
it's
It's like
totally
an ice
fucking
cream
different.
van, but with alcohol.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it.
Okay, so we have it. I'm going to put it in the S tier because you're allowed your opinion.
Ooh.
For a bit of a kind of different opinion, now I'm going to pass it over to Mr. HiddenDip. HiddenDip, which tier would you?
I've already said it's getting an F.
Okay,
It,
so we're
it doesn't it doesn't get to hurt Meg like that. It's not fair.
So I'm gonna put it
No. B and a C. I'm gonna put it as a high. I'm gonna put it as a high C, low B, which is where it is. Meg, as our former very
B&M
sponge.
worker
Disregarding
/ B&M victim.
disregarding working there, as a shop, it's good. As a shop, it's for me a high B, at least. So I don't know whether we want to commit to it as a shop or whether we're going to include. But like you said, I only had 3 different places,
Are we
so
talking about B&M as a social construct here?
so I think it's more than construct.
Absent of context, actually, it's quite nice.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It was a while ago, and I do like going to B&M. I definitely wouldn't say it's S tier.
Christ, no, only a fucking lunatic would say it's S tier.
I'd put it. Honestly, I'd put it B.
Okay, so it was sitting in a high C, low B. It's now moved into mid B, which is automatic above Poundland. Poundland is the bottom of the Bs. And UV, you have to decide. Well, I mean,
I do like B&M. I think they're okay. Like I say, I've had my moments with them, but I think generally they're okay. The quality of the stuff I've purchased from there is good. The staff have been fine. You know, all the ones that I'm moaning about ships. And generally speaking, it's all right. So I think I was thinking A, but then I've kind of been looking at all the other places and comparing them to other places on the list. It's like I don't think it is an A. So I think B is a sensible place to keep it. To be honest, I'm going to go for B.
which keeps it in mid B as well. So I mean, like I'm a firm agreement of it. I mean, I think, the clues in the name, B&M B tier, it makes sense. It's I think it's fair. I think that's fair. Like, I can see the benefits of it, and I do see the comparison to Woolworths, but also it treats its staff like fucking animals. So let's keep it down a bit. But yeah, it's definitely better than Poundland, 100%. So, thank you all.
When the revolution comes, just.
Oh,
I got my eye on you.
I'm talking about it as an abstract concept as opposed to being.
Not you.
All right, okay.
So talk about B&M.
Yeah.
I was gonna say where does the line stop?
We will
Okay.
create the workers' paradise at B&M.
Did you know? I didn't actually. I saw there was a chat poll. I didn't see what the result was for it. What was the result the chat said? I couldn't actually see it. I saw there was a brief poll. If chat poll is S tier, then it will go into a low A. But I think it is going to stay in the B.
I don't think it was that high, to be fair. When I looked at it, it was some lower tier, the lower
Do you remember the result? I couldn't see the result.
Well, it could.
Couldn't see the result. Don't know actually. Okay, I will keep an eye on it for the next one we're doing. But I'm pretty sure. Can you see on Creative View? I don't have Creative View open because this is the screen. Anyway, next up. I'll keep an eye out for next time. We're back to the wheel. And the wheel is going to give us... Oh wait, I need to take B&M out of here.
Nah, you don't. We'll do it again. It's fine. Go again.
Cotton traders. Okay.
I don't know this one very well.
That loud? Is that alright?
That's the shop.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of cotton traders from the list. Yeah, cotton traders.
I have
I don't know
no
that one.
feelings about cotton traders.
Now
I have nothing.
Anyone else got any opinions about cotton traders?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what they are.
Yeah. I've just googled it, and nobody under the age of 80 has an opinion on cotton traders.
Is it really that much of an old? Okay, shop in women and men's casual clothing. It is a leisure wear. Okay.
I'm going to go and put cheese and butter on my jacket potato. I'll be right back to discuss the next one. Won't be a tick.
No worries.
Now, hang on. I'm just gonna look at clothes from Cotton Traders and get
Yeah. We're gonna have to do a hasty opinion based upon this.
But no, isn't that what we created the bottom tier for?
I mean, yeah. Realistically, I
For
think
just
Cotton
shops
Traders.
that we really don't have an opinion on.
I think Cotton Traders might have to go into the irrelevant tier. Although I'm kind of hating the vibe they've got. Like every single one of these people looks like someone I would actively avoid. Like, imagine, like I'm just picturing myself working in the train, and seeing Mr. Cotton V-neck jumper coming up to the bar with that smile, and I'm like, oh fuck off.
Yeah.
Like
everyone on this website looks like they click at wares.
yeah. Ah, I genuinely hate it.
Nobody here has left a tip in their entire life.
Okay, do they have reviews? This is how we can find it.
Well, they've got a 4.5 on Trustpilot.
Flannel check shirt for £35 is kind of disgusting. Oh, look, a free click and collect on orders for £35, so I can buy that and just click and collect on it. Okay, they have a section called Inspire Me. Let's have a look at their Inspire Me. Who's Alex Jones? I don't know who you are. Worn by...
Alex Jones was the guitarist from Blur.
No, that's Alex James. This is Alex
Oh, James.
Jones,
Sorry.
yeah. There's also interesting Worn by Jasmine, which sounds very much like some sort of fetish thing.
Will Mellor's summer edit. Will Mellor. What the
Who's
hell
Will
is
Mellor?
that? Two pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
Fuck off.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a summer collection at Cotton Traders.
That's really weird.
That's a fucking deep cut there. What? Alex Jones is a BBC One show presenter. Okay.
Oh, she's the Welsh
never
woman.
Rugby
Oh, I
heritage.
know who she is. I know who she is.
Alex Jones is a very Welsh name.
Yeah. Okay. Outfit inspo. Influencer.
I still really
He's-
don't have anything. Like, I've got nothing.
Like,
So
I don't know.
he's listed on his Wikipedia page. Sorry, I know we're on about the shop, but Will Mellor's actually quite interesting. He's listed as actor, singer, model.
Oh my god. Wait.
A model?
I don't think you're allowed to call yourself a model if you do one promotional photo shoot for a company that's paying you.
I
You
don't
only
know.
have to
wait.
do it once.
I just described exactly what modeling is.
Yeah, that's literally.
Describe modelling.
I mean, there's modeling there. I think that
look
should
at
be the
that.
new pose. I think that's gonna be my new pose for my next picture for anything. It's gonna be
Pretty good.
Cotton Traders just got an F in the viewer poll. So I think the last thing I want to do before we cast vote on it is Will Mellor
I
singing.
want to know who's got something against
He
Cotton
plays a
Trade.
lot of cops.
I'm like, I didn't know he was a singer. So I found a video of Will Mellor singing. This is Will Miller's "When I Need You" from the Pop Unlimited channel on YouTube. Hopefully you can hear this. If not,
I'm not gonna lie, I have just found a dress I quite like in Cotton Traders.
the point of this stream is not to make you buy it at Cotton Traders.
I just I was, oh, that's quite nice actually.
This is also. This is awful.
Just got that road.
I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I
That's left, that is.
Like he saw Robson and Jerome went, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
Got a tear to my eyes.
It's only your heart.
I'm loving the really subtle sort of like subliminal imagery there of the green man and then the red man. It's something.
Why
Symbolism
isn't his
for
marriage
cowards, Joe.
opening?
Gay Norma in a wig, 1853 says, didn't realize he'd been in the charts. Lovely voice. Yeah. Didn't know he could sing
Congratulations,
either.
Mega Milo.
Was looking him up after watching him dance again. on Strictly week 10. He was on Strictly. Fuck it. I've never heard of Will Miller, but apparently he's been everywhere.
He's been busy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Go around.
Loved him on Hollyoaks' Jambo. Peaks at number 5 in UK on 22nd February 1998. I love YouTube comments on like really kind of obscure shit like this. Oh dear God. May 2K19. People tagging it. Anyway. I think it's pretty fair to give Cotton Traders the irrelevant tier.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's also pretty low in the irrelevant tier because they got... Yeah. Bam.
Just really don't care. I don't
Yeah.
think I've.
I think it's the least I care about any shop ever. But we'll find ones we care about less.
Oh, he was in Waterloo Road. That's how I know his face.
Like, considering that the main point of conversation of what Cotton Traders has been Will Meller, not actually Cotton Traders, I think it's fair to say. Yeah.
He was in Broadchurch.
He was.
Does he secretly have like one of
loads
the
of
best
stuff.
careers ever?
My theory here is that Will Meller is absolutely somebody that like your mum would know who he is.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Actually,
Like-
let's fucking test it. Let's test.
Yeah. Should we all do
Mum?
it? Should we all just phone our mum?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh.
Let's do it. And what we can do is I can put Will Meller into tier list. And
I'm going to ask
we
my
can have
mother
Will
if she
Meller
knows who
tier.
Will Miller is.
Hang on. Hang on.
Let's all do
hang
it.
on.
Right, let's message it.
Hang on, I'll be back in a sec.
This is one of the weirder moments we've had on the stream ever.
Again, Will
Hello.
Miller.
Oh, shit.
Hello, mother. Do you know who Will Meller is?
Done.
Sorry, do you know who Will Meller is?
Yeah, I do.
What is he?
I don't know exactly. He's an entertainer. He's a host. Is he maybe part? Is he possibly done DJing in the past?
He was a
not
singer.
sure.
He had a number 5
He's a
hit on
singer.
the 22nd of February 1998, I believe.
All right, I wasn't
What does
aware
he- what
of that.
does
So
your
he's-
mum know him
so
from?
He's one of these guys who, like Nick Berry and people like that. So he's been on TV and he's had a pop at singing a couple of things.
Do
Probably.
you know him for anything in particular?
No, not anything I can think of off the top of my head.
Fair. Also, one other question for you.
The thing is, I'd know him if I saw him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you showed me 6 pictures and said pick Will Meller, I'd say it's him. Yeah.
That sounds like a really fun round for a game show, by the way. Here's 6 pictures, pick Will Meller.
Can
Also-
your mum identify minor celebrities?
One last question for you. What are your thoughts on Cotton Traders?
Cotton traders. I haven't seen that. Right. Okay. So when they were a thing, when you could go to cotton traders, I liked them because they were really big on rugby shirts and things like that.
They're still a shop.
Traders. Are they still a shop?
Yeah, Will Meller
Yeah.
has Will Meller has a whole summer 23 range there. Get with it.
Okay, I didn't even know they were still a shop, but I did used to like them. But you're looking at 30 years ago.
Okay, fair. Anyway,
Well,
thank you.
did you
Thank
know that Will Miller has a range at the Cotton Traders?
Okay,
Job, I've just put a video in our chat on Discord.
oh,
Play
sorry.
that. Jub, when are we getting can Jub's mum identify minor celebrities from pictures? The game show.
that'd be the finest stream of my fucking life right there.
I'd tune in.
Also,
tune in.
shout out to the fact that Will Meller's father is called Bill Meller. Okay,
Tremendous.
so here's the video Meg sent.
Only really need the audio from it, but
Yeah.
Mother, just to settle something, do you know who Will Meller is? You do know who Will Meller is?
2 points allowed.
Right, thank you.
And Hollyoaks. Okay.
Meg's mum confirmed for #1 Will Meller fan.
Okay, so
the way she looked at me, she was like, "What are you on about?" The look I got was so incredulous.
if you give me one little second here, I'm gonna be making Will Meller tier as a tribute.
Well,
As a
Date,
tribute.
my mother
to this.
doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, 2 pints of lag and a packet of crisps was good. He was good in that. He was all right.
Where is it?
I'll have a pint of lager, please. And a pack of flakies.
2 seconds.
My mother hasn't replied, but I promise I'll get a text off her sometime at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning being like, fuck off.
Nico, who dis?
Why?
Yeah, my mum
I
asked
don't know.
mine.
Yeah, why do you want to know who Will Meller is? Well, alright.
Oh, come on, 2 seconds. Oh, it's being weird. Stop being. Wait, I need. Add a row below. Okay, thank you. 2 seconds. Nearly finished.
Just realised the range is also in this list.
The range is in the list, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Shit,
So
no,
we have now put cotton traders in the irrelevant list. And we have Will Meller in the Will Meller tier.
Good old Will, man.
Amazing.
Where he belongs.
He
Just
hangs
above
out
S.
there. Yeah, just above S tier. It's
Celebrities your mother would know.
That's the name of the next quiz, yeah?
yeah.
But does your mother know?
Does Chubb's mother know?
I would absolutely
Just
let you like
no.
borrow my mum for a game show.
Okay, genuine real talk. A mother's only special where we get the mothers in and we quiz them on minor celebrities. Fuck yes, we're doing that show.
I will speak to my mother after this stream. Sarah's mum would jump at the opportunity.
Yeah,
I think my mum would be in for that as well.
we're doing it. I know Artie's mum would definitely be game. She was on my Who Wants to Be a Millionaire once. Okay. Next up, now that Will Meller is on the list, let's see what we got.
As is cotton trader.
Thank you for not unfollowing there, Milo. And you Will Meller. Oh, Burger King. Oh, here we go. So, Mr. Dip.
I'll take this one.
I was going to say, yeah, you can go with this one.
It's pretty fucking good, actually.
What have you got?
This is a steakhouse Angus
Ooh.
from the Gourmet Kings range.
Oh.
I'm gonna open it up because this arrived just before the stream started, so you are about to watch me eat a very cold burger.
We're getting an unboxing here.
Yeah, gird your loins for what's coming. Oh, it's gonna be so congealed.
Between this and the Will Meller bit, this is definitely a fetish stream at this stage.
Yep.
New tag on the stream. Mukbang.
So look at this. Look at the burger. It's
Oh,
got
that's
meat. It's got a burger. It's got bread. It's got some sauce of some kind. It's got all the constituent components of a good burger.
Yeah, but how much
And
did
it
it cost?
tastes. Oh, that's not good, Cole.
You're essentially eating a cold beef sandwich.
But for the bit, it's actually all right.
Yeah.
It's a bit smoky. It's got that it's got the artificial smoke, right? Like this has never been near a fire.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I'd say it's pretty good. If you want my actual opinion, I think it's a pretty bang average burger. But they do those little chili cheese bites, which
Oh, the chili
which
cheese
I'm
bites.
aware that you can buy from Costco, but they're really good.
Yeah. I'm also going to jump in here and say, so I've seen people here talking about, like, I heard Splendid ask about the price there. I've seen Miss Nat Case saying overpriced. I have one key thing here, which is for me, Burger King is me and Artie's kind of like our go-to if we're wanting to order something in and we don't want to spend too much. Because, like, near us, I'm not sure if it's just, like, because it's near us, but there is this one here. This is the Bacon Double Gyro, so it's 2 large bacon double cheeseburger meals, so fries and drinks for £14. That's actually a pretty banging deal.
Like,
The new
11
spicy
quid for
mayo
one
stuff.
meal the other day.
Yeah, so like,
The new spicy mayo stuff is good.
and yeah, and I say the chili cheese bites are just genuinely great. Also,
I love a double whopper, see? I think a double whopper is a banging couple of quid spent.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing I'm going to bring up here, I think Burger King got the best chips out of the big ones.
That's fighting talk, is that?
But what are we classing as the big ones? McDonald's, Burger King, KFC.
Yeah.
KFC
guys.
chips are a load of old shit. I can't
They
stand
used
them.
to be good.
Yeah, they used to
They
be good,
used
but
to
they're
be,
just,
and then they
Then they
changed them to
fucking
these
ruined
weird.
they are fucking awful now. And I would say like McDonald's chips are just
McDonald's chips are just what they are. They just have some shit.
like they're
McDonald's
salt.
chips have a very short shelf life. Like
If they go cold, they're horrible.
they have to be exactly 30 seconds off the fryer, salted on a plate. Otherwise, they are.
Then they're fucking brilliant.
I think
Yeah.
McDonald's chips are great in that situation, and they're also, but I'm like, realistically, they're a fantastic conduit for salt. That's their main role. Whereas as an actual chip, as an actual work of potato art, the Burger King chip has the edge for me.
Yeah.
Meg, where do you stand on the world of Burger King?
For me, Burger King is something I only ever get when I'm in a train station. Like for some reason, there's just always a Burger King in a train station. So quite often, I'm just like, oh, there's Burger King there. I've got 3 hours on a train. Screw it, I'll get the Burger King for that. That's my association with Burger King mainly, and it's usually pretty good. So this, to me, it's just very like, it's probably a B. It's probably just like Burger King, isn't it? There's not really much I can say for it. Not really much I can say against it.
Like, fair. I do have one little kind of bonus thing I want to pull up. I'm going to pull that out at the end. Sponge. Where do you
Apart from
stand?
the hang on, can I just finish off with one thing?
Sorry, yeah.
Don't forget Burger King almost killed children once with Pokeballs.
Oh my god, yes. Also, massive shout out. Thank you for the follow, Will Meller.
Yo!
It's happened.
Let's go!
Oh my god. This is the greatest moment of my life. Will Meller is following me. Like, it'd be amazing if it actually was actual Will Meller. Someone tweeted out him or something like that. Will Meller's in here to discover that, like, I mean, from the outset, it looks like we're all just massive fans of it, but it's like we actually don't know who the fuck he is.
My spidey sense was tingling.
Actual real life C-list celebrity Will Meller is in your stream.
He was.
He was. He's now unfollowed now that you called
Yeah,
him an actual
now.
C-list celebrity. Fuck.
Oh no, I think he'd agree that he's a C-list celebrity considering he
No, he
mostly
was
does
on
like
Strictly.
UK soap work. You don't get fucking A-list celebrities doing Strictly.
Valid.
Couldn't afford it.
Sorry, Meg, were you finishing up your Burger King point there?
Oh no, just that they almost killed children with
Oh yeah.
Pokeball toys. That's
S
what I
tier
was.
then.
Do you mean that,
Child murder.
that my little golden Pokemon card isn't worth £1 million billion?
I mean, you can list it for that.
Free world.
Yeah.
Country.
You can view it as that much, but
Yeah.
It's definitely in like one of those boxes up there. I've just tilted my laptop screen as if that's where the camera's coming from. There is a box up there that has that little Pokemon card thing in it.
Wow.
Nice. Sponge, where are you putting Burger King?
I feel really bad because for us it's one of the lower tier foods that we get. The only time we've ever had Burger King is if we're doing a long travel somewhere. For example, when we went to Wales and we went up to Scotland, we grabbed a Burger King on the way, and it was like nearly 20 quid for 2 meals, like small meals. I don't think Sean even got chips either. I think it was 2 burgers and 1 chips, and it was like 20 quid. So expensive. And then every
did you
time I
get
have
that
it,
from a London train station by any chance?
no, it was on the way to Wales. I can't even remember where it was. When we were on our way to UVs, we got Burger King, and it was just disappointing. Even like when you get like the cheesy chips, it's like a box that big with 4 chips in it, and then just some squirty cream on it. There you go. Do you not find that they don't give you enough? Considering it's like 4 or 5 quid for those chips, they give you a tiny box and it's never full. You muted.
Am I?
Oh,
No.
sorry, I thought you were.
I don't mean like I understand that experience. It's just not one I've ever had.
Maybe.
Sorry, yeah.
So maybe it's because we only ever have it in like truck stops and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's the case of just like kind of like the kind of pit stop places are just a bit shit.
Maybe.
UV, how about you? What's your take on Burger King?
Well, there's a few reasons why I feel Burger King belongs in the A tier. It doesn't belong in S, obviously. It's not good enough for S in any way, shape, or form. But if I have a KFC, I get a bad belly. If I have a McDonald's, I feel drowsy and sleepy afterwards. If I have a Burger King, I feel amazing. And I think the food is nice.
Cool,
I think the chips are nice. It's a shame they don't do the apple pies. You know, the ones that McDonald's do that can melt your face if you're not careful.
Shit, yeah.
But everything I've ever had from Burger King, I've always enjoyed. Even them like chicken royales, which they look like a cheap bit of chicken, but they actually taste really nice with the sauce. And like Mrs. UV's a sucker; she can't eat it whole. She can't put it in that way. She got to cut it in half and have it half at a time. But she loves a royale. Me, double whoppers. I love a double whopper. I'll take the tomatoes out. I'm not a tomato fan, but double whopper, amazing. I had the one that you had just now, the gourmet meal. I had one of those recently. I can't remember which one because there's a few on the range. That was top tier as well. And I don't mind paying a little bit extra for something that is going to make me feel on top of the world. You know what I mean? Like, I recently had like a Mega Mac, which was the most disappointing thing I've ever had. I've moaned about Big Macs before, but Mega Mac, it was naff. It was just a tiny little bit bigger burger for like an extra cup, like extra money. It's like, nah, it's rubbish. Burger King, you get what you pay for. A good burger, and you feel like a king afterwards. It's everything the tin says. A tier.
Damn, that's.
I think you make a good point, UV. That you get your money's worth in meat.
Maybe 9 chips, apparently.
And that's what you're after, really.
I do agree with what Spongy says about the cheesy chips, though. The portions aren't big enough.
Yeah.
Considering how much you're paying for them, because it's extra money in it.
Yeah. Okay, so I was trying to quickly get an AI generation of Will Meller eating Burger King back. I'm not signing into the right thing on that tab. Okay, I'm gonna bring up one last final thing before we put Burger King in its place. The Burger King games. Are you familiar?
I didn't even think about those.
With the Burger King games? Sorry, the King games.
Yes! Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
So they had 3. They had Pocket Bike Racer, Sneak King, which was a fucking fantastic game.
King, that was it.
Sneak King as a game, I think the meme worthiness of this game, the fact it actually was released on the Xbox 360, like, I'm gonna put on the trailer here. I think this game does bump
Rated
it
E for everyone.
And you got copies of the game with your Burger King meal.
Right. I mean, obviously it's not something they've done for a long time, but like this level of brand awareness. Yeah, this level of self-awareness.
I never saw this. I never played this.
This might increase your opinion.
But what game is this?
Sneak King.
He appears out of
This is
nowhere.
the game that Burger King created.
Yeah.
You've always wondered.
Is this like Kebab Shop Simulator but for Burger King?
Oh, that was terrifying.
No,
That
you
is
have to.
actually horrific.
You are the Burger King, and you have to sneak around and scare people.
When hunger strikes,
Yeah.
it's up to you to strike back. Hide,
Why have I never seen this game before?
sneak.
This is your new stream game.
It's like Assassin's Creed, but as the Burger King.
My next stream game is Lottie Dottie Chicken. Your next one, Sneak
$3.99.
King.
Only at Burger King.
It's amazing.
It's an actual licensed Xbox 360 game, which is just for me that kind of bumps it up a bit. So wherever we end on, it takes it up a bit.
Hmm.
So, Mr. Dip, as
Yes.
you are the one eating the burger, where would you put it on the tier?
Oh, it's like a C.
Okay, I mean, you literally have the most recent. I mean, you even have recency bias going for you here. So, but that's fine.
Like, no. I'm having Burger King because my wife wanted Burger King.
Oh, okay. Also, when I'm talking about the age of it, that game was 2006, so it's not even all that old. Ultimately, it's not like like. Anyway,
Thank you for saying that 2006 wasn't that long ago.
it
That
was
makes me feel a lot better.
just the other day. God damn it!
It's only 10 years ago. What are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up, Johnny. I recently unboxed all my old Xbox 360 games. They just came out. I got that new Sonic the Hedgehog game. I think it'll be decent. Okay,
No.
So we got C tier there. Meg, where are you putting? That's not Meg.
B.
Meg? B tier. Okay, so we're on the border between C
Solid
and B.
B from me.
We're on the border there. Sponge?
Good D, because it is good to have something warm at a truck stop that's not Greg's.
Fair. So that brings it back down to kind of mid-C again. UV?
A, I love a Burger King, and that's all I need to say. There's no more to be said.
Okay,
Burger
so that
King,
brings it into
A.
low B overall. I actually quite like a Burger King. It's me and Artie's one of choice, and I do love the games, so I'm going to move it into a solid mid-B. It's below B&M, I think, but it's above Poundland. Because Poundland, as we know, is the bottom of the Bs. So, yeah.
What was the result of the poll?
The result of the poll was
A?
4 votes for A as well.
Oh, okay.
So the poll's saying A, which, yeah, I think putting it in a B tier is fair enough since we were kind of like stuck between it. I'm actually going to put it above B&M then for the chat poll.
Yeah, would you rather have dinner from a B&M or a Burger King?
Oh, Burger King, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't trust most things from B&M in my mouth, not even in toothbrushes.
You can change shifts in Burger King with your colleagues as well, and you won't get told off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Burger King confirmed for Comrade.
Comrade King. Burger Tsar, is that what we're going with? Former Burger Tsar.
Crane flies just thrown in through my window, so if I suddenly disappear, it's because it's attacked me. Okay.
Okay, so...
Burger Chancellor of the Workers' Party.
So next up, I'm actually gonna bring out my own. I'm bringing my own one here that is important to me. I'm bringing in the Little Chef. Little Chef is going to be my own personal one. I'm going to bring in, and this might be a controversial opinion here, just because I thought about it when we're talking about kind of like you're driving somewhere and you stop in for food. That's the whole point of Little Chefs. For me, and I know this is just a personal bias, Little Chef is F tier. Straight up F tier. Nowhere else.
I've never actually been to one.
I have a story to tell. I need to put on the appropriate
Little Chef
appropriate
story music.
I just want to say before you tell your story, my initial thoughts were maybe a C or a D because I see them, but I never really want to go in them. And I've been in one once or twice in the past, and the chef looked massive to me, so that made me upset.
Are you doing thingy-majiggy? You have to like rate them.
Fuck off.
What's the difference between a Little Chef and a Wimpy?
Can we get your daughter's opinion on Little Chef?
Go on.
Go for it. It's happening.
It's her fault. She walked into the shop.
Yeah.
Now we've got to know her opinion on Little Chef.
It's funny thing.
Oh, yeah, she's shouting now. She's quite happy to sit there in shot for 5 minutes. But as soon as you want info on something.
You ask your mother about Will Miller. You ask your daughters about Little Chef. It's a rule.
Yeah, right.
She just told me where to put Primark and boots. That was literally all she said.
Love it.
Yes, please. Love it. Brilliant.
So, I've put on a bit of yesterday because I'm talking about my past. So,
I was about to say, it did not happen yesterday, did it?
Picture, if you would, a young Jub, about age maybe 5 at most, maybe 4 or 5. We're travelling up to the north of Scotland for a holiday. And, well, I wasn't expecting the string section there. And we stop in at a Little Chef to get some sustenance to do us the rest of our hard journey. And me, my parents, my grandparents possibly, maybe about 8 of us, and across 2 cars, order our food. I believe I had some sort of like burger, probably. I don't know. It's been that long. Eventually, after a short period of time, they come out bringing out the Little Chef food for everyone. And my mother got her food. My father got his food. My grandmother got her food, and my grandfather his too. My uncle, if he was there, would have got his food, along with his girlfriend at the time, would have got her food. You see where this is going. But one person didn't get their food. Little tiny Jub.
Oh.
For you see, they forgot little tiny Jub. Little 4-year-old, tiny little, upset Jub. Cried. Genuine fucking cried. Hungry as shit. Sitting there, not eating my burger, whilst my family ate theirs, asking, where the fuck's my son's burger? Or my grandson's burger? Or my nephew's burger? Whichever one it was asking. I can't remember. I was literally fucking 4. Give me a fucking break. And, yeah. By the time it came out, I was so cried out that I wasn't even hungry anymore. And I think that was the last time I went to Little Chef.
You never quite got over the trauma, did you?
No.
That whole story, the whole way through, all I could see was a really small 5-year-old person's body with your
Wearing
adult
Hawaiian
head on the top. And
Yeah, in my head, he's still wearing the Hawaiian shorts.
It might literally be the case. So yeah, that's my personal little chef story, and yeah.
not
Wait,
Little
fuck
Chef,
off!
then,
Sorry.
little bastard.
Before we do it, Johnny Quiz just released the fucking bombshell.
Johnny,
Will
what?
Miller released a cover of "Does Your Mother Know," which is just the most perfect thing ever. Fuck
No,
off!
he fucking didn't.
Oh my god, he fucking did. Sorry, that's Will Miller did "Does Your Mother Know." We've come full circle.
So I've just googled it. I had to get "Does Your Mother Know Will M.E." before I got Mella.
Jeez. Okay, yeah. So your mother should know Will Miller because that's the fucking song. Anyway, that's my personal little chef story.
It's good. It was good. Moving, it was.
Meg, where do you stand on? the
Never been to
small
one.
chef?
Have no opinion.
Sorry,
I'm
you
an
want to
unknown.
abstain.
I'm out of this one.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
abstaining. UV?
I tend to avoid them where possible because I've always found them a disappointment anyway. And your story has kind of just made me feel even worse about Little Chefs. Their breakfasts were alright. Those were it. I'm gonna slip it down to an E.
An E?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
initially
here that I
thought
literally
the-
haven't
your
counted
story
for on the
pulled me
list.
away. Well, let's go for F then. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, F then.
Sponge? What's your thoughts
Hang
on
on.
Little Chef?
I hate to interrupt, but as I went downstairs, that's my parents about Will Miller, right? My dad's just come up and said, "I'm blaming you. I've just got this advert on my Facebook feed, and it is Cotton Traders, Will Miller."
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
It is the Cotton Traders advert.
For the Summer 23 collection, I know it well.
That's exactly what it is.
Holy
We're big
fuck.
fans of the Summer 2023 collection here at.
Yeah. Hashtag not sponsored.
What?
That's fucking
Truly.
spooky. I'm spooked. I mean, it's a good thing we've put Will Miller in his own tier because he's clearly like fucking omnipotent here. We got 3 votes for unknown so far, so yeah, Little Chef is not doing well. So Sponge, Little Chef.
The only memories I have of Little Chef, apart from like random road trips as a kid, stopping and grabbing something on your way somewhere, is I think it was Little Chef. It might have been Wimpy, but I think it was Little Chef. When we used to do back in the day when we used to do festivals, there used to be a Little Chef just south of Donny, and that was where we'd always stop after download, and excuse my French, but take your first shit for a week and get your first 1 mil for a week. So to me, Little Chef is kind of like it's the return back to humanity after a weekend of depravity. And I feel so sorry for that Little Chef because it must get every time we've gone, they must have the most gross people coming in from like Sunday at 11 o'clock through to midday on the Monday. Everyone that's just going back from Download Festival because everyone will stop there and just get a proper hot meal.
They must have the fullest cesspit in the world.
Honestly, like everyone would go in and everyone would know exactly what you were doing in that Little Chef. You just spent a week drinking your body weight in booze every day, eating absolute crap, and being terrified of the toilets that are festival toilets. Yeah. So I think for that, I might vote it as a C, just because it was like in my I get it's a nostalgia thing for me, but it was the return back to the world after.
You've got nostalgia for shitting in a little chef.
I mean, I've heard of nostalgia for many things, so I'm allowing that one. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, when I came up with the concept for the show, I was expecting to hear stories, anecdotes. We would regale each other with experiences. I hadn't quite predicted that one.
Will Miller's now following me on Twitch.
Nice. I was gonna say,
Will
Jeb's
Miller's
memory
doing
of Little Chef is Little Chef traumaing him. My memory of Little Chef is me traumaing Little Chef.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I have found one thing I found about Little Chef is Little Chef no longer exists. It's been defunct since 2018. I found this thing from 2013. New owners promised big plans for Little Chef, and it obviously never really went through. But
that went well.
I just want to see the stuff in the menu here. So you got soft subs. Sorry, that's a totally different thing I was thinking of there.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, I'm just going to move on past that. Okay. I'm just not going to talk about soft subs. Okay. Well, speaking of soft subs, Dip, what's your opinion on a Little Chef then?
I think that the sautéed potatoes really made the Olympic breakfast.
The sautéed potatoes?
Oh, yeah. So the thing to get from a Little Chef is, of course, the sautéed potatoes. They're little potato pennies, as I called them when I was very young. And you get them on an Olympic breakfast. Now, I'm a firm believer that if you put chips on a full English breakfast, you're wrong. However, if you put sautéed potatoes on an Olympic breakfast, that's acceptable.
You mean like
by the way, looking at your stream now. Yes, like those ones from the Little Chef wiki that you are on.
We're on the Little
which
Chef.
I'm also on right now. So I was the Little Chef wiki, of course, home to all of the most important information about the Little Chef.
I'm sorry, but it has 465 pages.
Yeah. That's more than the Owl House wiki.
Oh my fucking god. Wait, former Little Chefs. Oh. Look at them.
They, of course, also had the Little Chef lollipop, which... which, for anyone who... picture this. I'm going to paint you a scene. A little lollipop, right? So, like a little rolled paper stick with a confection on top. They would have a sherbet center with like an orange hard candy around it.
That does sound nice.
And I can't find them anywhere.
Is this along with your Woolworth sweets to add it to the list of
Yeah.
sweets that you can't find?
Yeah. Oh, there's a list. You don't want to know what's on my list, Joe.
Okay, I also have a special job for everyone. This includes everyone in the call and also everyone in the chat. This is a special mission for tonight. It's to find this. That's a list of every page of all the pages on there. Actually, my mission for you is to find the Little Chef that had the funniest place name, because there's going to be some fucking great ones in there. So that's the mission. What's the Little Chef with the funniest place name?
While it's not the funniest, and I'll let chat handle that. I am quite fond of Bagshot as a name.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's very evocative.
We've got Nutley there. I quite like Nutley.
When we went down to Wales, there was a dog butt lane, which proper made me giggle on the way.
Solid place.
There's Chick
Lady. It does sound like a dogging site.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go back to the tier list. I'm going to start it off in the F tier, because fuck the Little Chef for that occasion, but that's fine with me. Also, welcome on in, Neon Tiger. Neon Tiger, we are currently rating Little Chef on a tier list. You know me well enough to know that this makes about as much sense as anything else I've ever done on the stream. And we're going to repost the link there. There's also a special mission for everyone in the chat, yourself included, to find the Little Chef location that had the funniest name. But yeah, If you all are here and not following Excellent Neon Tiger, please give him a follow. One of my best friends has recently returned back to the world of Twitch. So I'd like everyone in this call to say, welcome back, Neon Tiger, and wave, because... Manically. UV, wave. Manically, yay. There we go. Okay, so, back to the tier list we go. So I'm going to start with Little Chef on an F tier. UV. Now, Meg, I'm guessing you're just sitting out this one. Okay.
I've got absolutely no opinions on Little Chef whatsoever. So
Now,
go at it.
The chat vote has brought it up. The chat vote has put it in kind of for a said D tier, so it's kind of between F and D. So UV, where would you put it?
I'm sticking with F.
F? Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Surely not.
Sponge. Where do you
Put it
where are
in
you putting
D.
Put it in D. Okay, so it's still between F and D tier. So it comes down to Mr. Dip. Mr. Dip, if you...
So
it's up to you.
I am going to carry the D. As
the soft sub you are, yes.
Yeah. However, it does get bonus points for mascot fuckability.
Mascot fuckability?
Yeah, right?
He's not wearing pants, is he?
Yeah.
He's Winnie the Poohing. Which is... I'm going to point out, Winnie the Poohing is not... As someone who has passed food hygiene certification several fucking times, Winnie the Poohing is not acceptable chefing attire. For one, for the safety of the food in which you're preparing, and secondly, for your own safety.
For the safety of your penis.
You don't want hot oil splashing on your knob. I'm just putting it out there.
Some people like that.
Maybe wax. Maybe some hot wax.
Like our
splashing on your
immediate
knob.
reaction was, "Don't kink shame, Joe."
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I said the words, I reconsidered my stance. Neon Tiger's not familiar with who Will Meller is. I don't know what to say to that, Neon. But
he's not a mother.
I don't know what to say to that, Neon. But get good. You need to know who Will Meller is if you're going to be on my stream.
Great.
Will Meller did this cover of Does Your Mother Know? Amongst other things. Will Meller is the mascot for the stream. We now have Will Meller tier. I'm going to suggest, Neon, if you don't know who Will Meller is, I highly recommend Will Meller's Summer 23 range on Cotton Traders. I'm pretty sure everyone here would recommend the Will Meller Summer 23 range. Okay, so it has held on D tier for Little Chef. Actually, I can't tell if he's wearing it. It looks he might not be Winnie the Pooh because there it looks like he's just kind of got like a one-piece thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Will Meller then. Oh my god.
Will Meller, Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I'm going to Google Will Meller, Winnie the Pooh just to see what I get.
There's a lot of pooing that goes on at Little Chef, apparently.
Yeah. I'm going to Google Will Meller, Winnie the Pooh. I'm not going to have my screen up while I do this. I can't find anything about Will Meller, Winnie the Pooh.
I'm honestly just going through my Facebook to see how long it takes for an advert with Will Meller to show up.
I found Winnie the Pooh musical coming to Birmingham, and there's also Will Meller in the tour. So
there you go.
Okay.
There we go. It's full circle.
It's entirely possible that Will Meller has Winnie the Pooh at some point.
Also, Neon recognized him from the person from 2 Pints of Lager and a Pack of Crisps.
Yes. Yay!
You've joined the Will Meller fan club. Okay.
I do have a present for you before we move off Little Chef. I found the 2 most cursed mascot costumes in the universe.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited.
Both of which had been exclusively worn by Will Meller.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, sweet.
Design and created by Will Meller.
If you have a look in the Discord chat.
Yeah, I'm just bringing him up for the stream sake. Oh my god.
Will Meller, official spokesperson for both Cotton Trader and Little Chef.
The top one looks a bit like the roll kit, the roll one.
This one here looks like a straight from an advert. I mean, this one here is that's just a mascot there, right? That's just like someone there actually at Little Chef. That's a fucking advert right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one looks like Bebendum when he slims down a little bit and gets a job in a kitchen.
Yeah, okay, holy fuck, I think I found it here. Thank you, Rugby Dad 678.
Freshmans.
Oh. What in
There's
the fuck
so
is
many
this?
of them.
What in the fuck? The lips move.
When does he accidentally plow into the ones on the side of the road? He's not paying attention to he's driving.
It's like the more delicious version of the Stay Puft Man. Unsurpassable. That's a bizarre. Okay.
Yeah, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
If it helps with context, by the way, the mascot's name is Fat Charlie, which I find deeply offensive.
Okay.
Does he know the Fat Controller though?
I'm putting this out there. I'm going to suggest something. I would love to, and I'm more than happy to kind of like try and push this. Please, can we group together and make an indie game, which is an indie horror game where you're chased by both Will Meller and the little chef. So I wasn't
Or
Fat
would Will
Charlie.
Meller be the safe place? You've got to get to Will Meller before
You
the little
are
chef
Will
gets
Meller.
You are
play
Will
as
Meller.
Will Meller. You are Will Meller running away from Fat
from-
Charlie. Yes, we're doing it.
If I could make video games, I always wanted to do like that kind of thing, but it's Mr. Blobby. You're escaping from Mr. Blobby in
Oh
like
my god!
an abandoned, broken down TV studio.
And
Doesn't that game exist? That exact game?
And can we
I don't think so.
Can we also make it that the only power-ups you get, which give you temporary boosts to escape Fat Charlie, they're scattered amongst the levels. There are 2 pints of lager and 1 packet of crisps.
That's fucking hilarious.
We're doing it.
The invincibility item is an Olympic breakfast.
Calm down.
Is it like Mario where you start glowing rainbows? Boop, 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 boop.
And it's just Will Meller. And,
Just rainbow.
and the music isn't that. The music's just Will Meller's cover of Does Your Mother Know.
Does your mother know?
This is the greatest game I've ever heard of. Why is this not a thing?
We'll make it a thing. Okay, so next up, on to the wheel, is going to be... I realised I'm not taking Little Chef off. It might come up Little Chef again. I do apologise.
That'd be hilarious.
We're on to... Oh dear. We're on to Frankie and Benny's. This is one I was considering having as my strong opinion one until I remembered Little Chef exists. I believe...
I'll have this one.
Okay, we're starting off with...
I've got fucking opinions on Frankie and Benny.
Let's fucking go.
I have never eaten at a restaurant where every single thing on the menu looks like it came out of a microwave, including the stuff that's deep fried. Like,
apart from America also, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Frankie and Benny's is offensive simultaneously to Italians and Americans and English people. The food at Frankie and Benny's tastes like it was cooked, like, by me.
Yeah, the way that you've described that, in that it all looks like it's come from a microwave, is exactly it.
Like it. So right, okay, I'm gonna give you a bit of an insider information in the food industry here. Right, there's a company called Break Brothers. You have eaten Break Brothers food before because they supply everywhere.
Yeah,
if you have eaten
breaks are fucking everywhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Breaks are the food people if you've eaten anywhere that's cheap. If you have had a pizza at a hotel for room service, if you have had a Weatherspoon's breakfast, if you have had anything from Frankie and Benny's, their entire business model is we will deliver you a bag of vaguely edible food. You can microwave it or boil it in a bag and you will get something idiots will pay £5 for.
I love the term vaguely edible food.
I will say, they do some nice cakes. Like, some of their cakes are actually pretty banging.
You know where you can buy their cakes from?
Everywhere.
Costco.
Oh shit!
And you can get the whole fucking thing as well.
Because I used to work in a charity cafe in a maternity hospital, and we used to get Breaks cakes. We used to get Breaks cakes all the time, and they did one that was matcha green tea and raspberry. And basically, I was always working evening shifts, so like the cakes would have a certain like shelf life, and if they weren't eaten by the end of after how many days, they got chucked out. They got chucked into me, and a lot of people would go on and be like, "Oh, matcha green tea, you don't want to have that. That's weird. The cake's green. Oh, fuck them." And I'd be like, "Yeah, fucking whatever. I wouldn't have that one, right?" Then, at the end of the week, I'd have like half of one of those cakes left. I would take it back, and me and my ex-wife would just fucking devour it like fucking animals. we devour it like Fat Charlie devouring the shambling corpse of Will Meller. It was fucking grotesque. So I will say that in defense of
Will
bricks.
Meller.
I'm just
So I'm
reading
gonna-
through some Frankie's and Benny's reviews. They're amazing.
So I'm gonna close my opening statement with shit food for dicks, F tier.
Fair. Now I'm going to point out one big thing here. So like, Frankie Benny's for me is one of these places that start. Like I remember growing up, vaguely from many years ago, and it was somewhere that it was kind of nice. At least it felt nice, like, you know, some 15, 20 years ago. And like, I don't know, I think I kind of dig the atmosphere to it. Like one of the things Frankie Benny did well was its theming. Like, as much as the theming was complete bullshit, spoilers here, Frankie and Benny didn't fucking exist. It was complete corporate fucking bullshit. It literally does not exist. But there is. They had a certain place in lore. Like one of the big things, like, so like their soundtrack, for instance, was iconic. I think it's fair to say that. And well, I mean, it was iconic enough that they released fucking 4 volumes of it. Because I was talking to one of my colleagues about this the other day, because we're talking about kind of stuff to put in for this, and I forgot about Frankie and Benny's. They were one of the ones I forgot off the list. He brought it up, and he went, "Oh yeah, also volume 4 of their soundtrack was the best." And I was like, "There's fucking 4 volumes." I know I've seen 1 and 2. I didn't realize it went as far as 4. And like, they released actual soundtrack CDs, so like they had a place in culture, and it's got worse. Like, I can't think of a single positive experience. When I was younger, I would have had a positive opinion of Frankie and Benny's. And like Neon Tiger pointed out there, I have fond memories of it. But as it is now, it's complete trash. It's a fake story. It's fake lore. It's awful treatment of the workers. Like the whole shit show during the pandemic, and also awful microwave food. So yeah, that's my stance on it. Is that I want to bring up, you know, that I have good memories of it, but I feel betrayed.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think you put it well, right? It's what an 8-year-old thinks a fancy restaurant is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I'm glad my wife's not watching this because she fucking loves Frankie and Ben's.
And Burger King.
I'm gonna go tell her.
Okay.
But I think you raised an interesting point though, right? That no, it's gone. Sorry, fuck it. I have it back. It's gone. It's disappeared out of my brains. It's gone
I
out
did
of my
raise a
brain.
good point. It's fine. Sponge, where do you stand on Frankie's and our Benny's?
I think I'm the same as you in the fact that it's something that I thought was fancy as a child, but I think I've only ever eaten there once or twice. To me, it's kind of in the same category as like TGI's, but I think TGI's might be slightly better for quality food. But yeah, I just don't really eat there, so I don't really know it that well. It just seemed like a fancy place when I was younger. It's like one of those places there's always a Chiquitos, a Frankie's and Benny's, TGI Fridays in like whatever area. So I assume they're all related.
I think they
all know each other.
I think they might all be owned by the same company. I think literally TGI's, Chiquitos, and Frankie Benny's are all owned by the same company, I think.
And out of all of those, I'd much rather go to the other 2.
Yeah. Mechanical. What's your Frankie and Benny stance?
I've been to a Frankie and Benny's once, and probably about 6 years ago, I think. And it really did look like the food had come out of a microwave.
Yeah.
And not just like straight from the microwave, they put it on the plate and gave it to us. It was like they took it out of the microwave, put it on plates, left it under a heat lamp for 20 minutes so that they could say, "We've been busy cooking your food," and then brought it out. That's what it was like.
Yeah.
So, it's like it was edible.
When
I'll
was
give it
this?
that. It about 6 years ago.
Okay, that's kind of past the heyday of Frankie and Benny's.
But that was like so.
Yeah, you've
For
not
me-
changed at all, right? It's Frankie and Benny's that changed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, things are okay. I'll tell you actually one way. This is a proof I've got that Frankie and Benny's has changed. They used to be really fucking popular, and they used to be so popular that every time you'd go there, you'd get one of those little fucking buzzers. It was like, "Oh, sorry, we can't seat you right now, but take this buzzer, fuck off for a while, and when you come, and
they
it
gave you
buzzes
a
to let you know when you got
pager.
a table." Yeah. And I'm going to point out one last thing. little tangent. I fucking miss those buzzers because you know what? Now you are all old enough to remember this. Maybe maybe less so. But that kind of like turn of the millennium. The coolest thing was semi-transparent plastic for electronics, so you could see what's inside and see how cool everything is.
Game Boy!
Yes.
Right? And then that kind of petered off. But the one place where that stayed consistent for years longer than it should have were those little fucking plastic pagers you got to let you know that when a table was free. And I to this day still argue that that's like if I could genuinely get like if I got a new phone and like my options were to get the phone just as it is or my phone in semi-transparent plastic, I'm picking the fucking plastic every time. I still dig that aesthetic. And I really like that was the case with the pagers for years later than they should have been. So that's my one.
What you need to do then, Jub, is you need to go to prison.
Actually, yeah, and I know exactly what you mean. I watched the what's his face? Technology Collection.
Technology Connections.
Yeah. I know the one. That's fucking brilliant. Yeah.
Shout out to Technology Connections for just being brilliant.
Oh Christ, yeah, Technology Connections.
Despite the fact that he has incorrect opinions about British electricity.
Yes, his opinions about British electricity are completely wrong. However, I do respect his opinions about toasters, particularly, and also microwaves.
Yes.
Yeah. His toaster video was life changing.
It's a fucking call out and a shout out at the same time.
Yeah, it's like I love you, fight me. Same goes to you, Will Miller. Let's fucking go. Now,
no, I'm sorry. Will Mellor looks like he could kick your ass, mate.
Oh, completely, yeah. But he's not fucking here, is he? So it's just words on the internet.
He fucking was one.
So, UV, what's your Frankie and or Benny stance?
Before I give you my stance on Frankies and Bennies, I just want to read you a couple of reviews that I found online about Frankie and Bennies, and then I give my opinion. So the first one is titled "No." It's 1 star, and it says, "Seats were rubbish. I asked to move, but the man was unhappy, and he put me in a queue. Finally ordered the food. Took almost 2 weeks. I think he's exaggerating. And the waiter made made me feel ashamed of being alone without my boyfriend. That's tremendous.
That's so depressing.
I know,
That's
made me
so
feel
sad.
I've got another one I kind of liked as well.
Yep.
Substandard, tasteless, overpriced. I would not even give that food to my dog. The staff are not trained to serve customers. Lack of customer service. It looks like a fish market there. I'm never going back. 1 star. And then this one I kind of like. I didn't even bother paying. They made me wait for over an hour for the bill. So when no one was looking, I just left. The whole thing is not worth the hype.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, I reckon I've been there once and I thought it was alright. but I'd still chuck it in probably. I reckon it's got to be I did look at the menu and he said it looks like microwave food, and it kind of does now you say it. I'd probably put it in a C.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna
C. Yeah.
Before you do that, we have a request from Artie Quinzel. I can't remember what was the music Dave Gorman used for his dramatic readings, and in that it might have been some sort of Canon and D thing. I think it might have been.
Oh, he was brilliant.
I'll do a string quartet. Yeah, I'll do a string quartet Canon and D while you read it. So, do you have any other reviews there?
Yeah, there's other reviews. Let's have a look. I haven't read this one. Let's have a look. We've got. I ate here on the 19th of May with my partner. Within 20 minutes of leaving, I was consistently sick for 48 hours.
Okay, wait
with
a second.
Stomach cramps and sickness.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay, I'm playing music in 3 seconds. So if you line up the next one,
okay,
and I want you to read it slowly, dramatically, grammatically, and other attically. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay, let me find the one I was looking at earlier, which looked amazing. Where is it?
Also, you got like 4.5 minutes for it, so like you don't have to go that slow.
Okay,
but
that's good.
Just send you the song, Joe.
You sent me the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one I used. Ah, of course it was.
Tell me when you're ready.
Put it on the right one. Okay. Oh my god, there it is. On you go.
My friend had booked a table a few days in advance, yet when we arrived, we had to wait in a queue for 25 minutes. When we inquired, we were given a blunt remark along the lines of, "Everyone's in the same boat, hun." Yet all the people ahead of us were walking straight in. Once we finally got inside, it took the server 20 minutes to even order drinks. Once we had ordered, we waited over an hour for food. So we asked the waitress, and she said it would be soon. It was a further 20 minutes. After that, and the food contained strands of hair and a best before sticker. Everyone hygienic. 1 star.
The best before sticker. Oh my god.
I didn't even say. I mean, like, it'd be worse if the best before sticker also showed it as out of date. That would have been the final nail.
Where do you think
Amazing.
the hospital cafe send their out-of-date cakes?
Oh. Okay. So, chat gave this one a D. And, well, Mr. Dip, where would you put Frankie and Benny's? What's your
I'm sorry, I've
starting-
been very clear about this.
Okay.
My starting position is this is an F. If it gets out of F, I will be astounded.
Okay, I need to find Frankie and Benny's on here. There we go. Also, on the Wikipedia, it does say that it's sometimes listed as Frankie's. It's like, no, what? Don't shit on Benny like that. My boy Benny earned his fucking spot.
Do you know why? Oh, so there is actually a really funny story. Do you know why they sometimes have it listed as Frankie's?
Why?
It's because they wanted to make a tortuous suit against the restaurant Franksters when they used to be called Frankie's. So they did it as a name protection thing.
Oh, fuck off. Even worse. Okay.
That's why Franksters is called Franksters, but sometimes you'll get packaging off them that says Frankie's.
The deep lore. The deepest lore. Okay.
Oh yeah, they also are one of those brands that puts like 50 different restaurants on like delivery apps,
Yeah.
so that you don't know you're ordering from Frankie and Benny's, which means they probably don't have a huge amount of confidence in their food.
Yeah. I do a separate deep dive about these ghost stores, but I'll leave that ghost restaurants, but I'll leave it for another one. Like, there's a shit pub near me that sells the same items as three different venues on delivery, and all three of them are the exact same menu, but different prices. It's fucking amazing. Anyway, Sponge, where are you? Are you looking to move Frankie and Benny's out of F tier or keep it in F tier? Sponge, you have no sound.
Spongy, no.
May have muted myself because the dog kept barking.
That's
I was going to say I don't really have any opinions on it that much. I'm happy for it to go in E. Like it is a pretty mediocre, let down kind of restaurant to go to.
Fair. Meg?
D.
D?
D. Solid D.
I'm stuck.
Solid D.
I think it would have been a D tier for me if it wasn't for the fact that it's so disappointing now compared to what I remember from my childhood. So for me, it's an F. And UV?
I'm going to stick with a D.
And chat also gave it a D as well. So we've got 2 Fs and 3 Ds. It's going in. There's a low D. It's going in. There's a low D. I mean, I think the justification for it is that I wouldn't not go to Frankie and Benny's if I had no other choice. It's like D tier for me. D tier for me is places that it's like, oh well, there's nowhere else, and I'm hungry. I would probably still eat something there. I wouldn't expect much from it, and I'd probably still be disappointed. But at the same time, like I wouldn't like go, okay, I'm just probably gonna fucking starve. Which there are places that I would rather starve from. One of the big ones for that is McTavish's Kitchen, which isn't on the list because there's literally fucking 3 of them.
Change the chain.
It's a tough one, but I think a low D tier. I think it is the bottom of the D tiers.
I would say that I'd rather eat the cigarette butts out of the ashtray outside Frankie and Benny's than go inside and eat the food.
Fair.
Amazing.
We'll see how it goes. Okay, so next up, UV, I'm going to ask
Yes.
you to pick one from the list. Pick
Okay,
one,
I'm gonna pick one, and this is because it has an emotional resonance with me.
Do I need to put on the Saraband again?
You're not really. I'm gonna pick Wilco's, right?
Aw.
Okay.
And there's a reason why I picked Wilco's. It's because I have never ever bought anything from Wilco's other than some Christmas vouchers for my late great granddad. And so Wilco's means a lot to me because of that. I've been in there looking for things in the past, and I can't find anything that I need. So I think the shop's shit. But my grandchild used to love it. And therefore Wilco's for me is my pick. And me personally, I would put it in probably D or E tier because I think it's crap. But for my grandchild, probably want it in A or S. So there we go. That's my choice.
That's a really sweet choice.
Thanks.
For what it's worth, I'm going to actually abstain from the Wilco's one because there are no Wilco's near me. I have never been in a Wilco's. My knowledge of Wilco's is that RT, when she moved here, some of the stuff she brought up had Wilco's on the label. I understand it's one that has a lot of people like UV's gran have a lot of opinions about it, but it's not one.
You're not missing much.
Probably not. Sponge, do you have any Wilk opinions?
I used to work for Wilco's back in the day.
Oh, conflict of interest.
About 10 years ago, I used to work for them. I didn't mind working for them.
Did they let you swap shifts?
I was assistant supervisor, so I was one of those ones that could get away with a little bit more.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I was stock supervisor. So
Petit bourgeois.
I had to work mornings, and I had to
Literally.
work 9 to 5 mornings, or have time off. I couldn't swap shifts with people because I was the only one that could really do my job. And the managers would cover me if I had holiday, basically. But no, I really enjoyed it there. I had a lot of fun working for them. I think it's kind of like B&M, where there's a lot of variety of things to buy, and I love that. You can get your house knickknacks, you can get your cleaning knickknacks, you can get stationery, which I freaking love stationery. Halloween decorations. They now have pick and mix, UV.
Ooh.
If that sways your opinion anymore.
Ooh.
You can now get pick and mix from Wilco's. You can get your knickknacks, spicy ones, yep, and the barbecue flavour, and scampi and fries. The only thing I'd say that I thought was bad about Wilco's is the yellow label stuff. There's just no point in making it. It's just a waste of space. If you're going to go to Wilco's, buy the actual stuff. Don't go cheap. Don't buy the yellow stuff. It'll break within a day. Yep.
Fair. Going to go next on to Mr. Dip. Wilco's.
So I recently spent some time in the United States. Don't know if I mentioned that.
Did you buy any guns at Walmart?
No, I did, however, go into a Target.
Oh.
And I cannot emphasize sufficiently how the extent to which Wilco's and Target are the same shop.
Okay.
It's uncanny. Like, you walk around a Target and you feel like you are in just a slightly larger Wilco's. And because I got to talk about being in America, I have a slightly higher opinion of it. Though my actual sincere opinion is that it's alright. It's getting bumped down because the one across, like, a few streets away from us, OPSEC, the Wilco's that we live next to, is closing down. So yeah. Sorry.
Actually,
Sucks.
I'm going to also try to influence things a bit from the exterior here, because I say I have no brand loyalty or unloyalty or anything against Wilco's, but I have, much like UV before me, found a review. Today, myself and my friend Jordan went into Wilco's store in Kings Lynn at around 3:30 p.m. I queued spelled wrongly as if like a snooker queue. I queued up to buy my lipstick. My friend Jordan, whom wasn't buying anything, went to leave the store. She was unsure of the way to go out, so went through the tills. I'm guessing like through like, the aisleway, not like actually just barging through like a fucking rhino. Debbie, The woman on the second till, nearest to the exit, said that she couldn't leave from this way. Jordan proceeded to apologize to the woman and said how she didn't know which way she was meant to go. Debbie then responded with something along the lines of, "Well, it's not hard, there's a door right there." Jordan then walked near the exit where Debbie was talking about my friend Jordan to the customer, where Debbie was started talking about my friend Jordan to the customer she was serving, mocking and laughing at her. I have never, ever, ever, ever been so appalled by customer service in my life. She was rude and unnecessarily cruel. Both Jordan's family and mine shop here quite frequently. However, I am sad to say that we will no be from this point on. It is discriminatory and awful. At the end of the day, Jordan was nothing but respectful. This is really not on. I am so disappointed. Debbie does not deserve her job. What an awful member of staff.
Fuck you, Debbie.
Don't be
Fuck
a Debbie.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Fuck Debbie.
Eat shit, Debbie.
Debbie tier. It's a Debbie tier.
Debbie tier.
Debbie tier. Okay, I'm renaming F tier to Debbie tier. Fuck. So we've got Will Meller tier and we have Debbie tier.
Debbie.
Those are the two. Okay.
Yeah, but does Wilco's as a whole belong in Debbie tier?
I'm not sure. Meg,
No, that's just for Debbie.
Meg, did you give your Wilco opinion?
My Wilco opinion is I used to go there after our local Woolworths closed down to get pick and mix.
It sounds kind of like it's basically...
Was the pick and mix better?
Well, pick and mix was actually pretty decent.
It just sounds to me like it's kind of like just like shit Woolworths. It's like surely just B&M is
Yeah,
better
it's...
Wilco.
Yeah.
Okay, like here,
That's quite accurate.
so okay, where do you all rank B&M versus Wilco then? Is B&M better than Wilco or worse?
Hey,
B&M's
B&M
better
is more
than-
random.
Yeah.
Sorry.
B&M is better than Wilco's, I reckon.
Okay. Then I'm going to propose perhaps C tier might be the one for it then, since B&M and Poundland are solidly in B.
Yeah,
I prefer to go and see.
I'd be happy with that.
Is everyone happy with C for Wilco's?
Yeah, okay, I'll live with it.
I mean, you wanted to put it D and you wanted to put it SA for your grand, so like C is kind of like...
It's stayed in there now. It's where it should be.
Yeah.
I also want to thank whoever put that picture in the Discord earlier on of the job, because now I have it as my
Wait,
wallpaper on the phone.
what in the fuck is that?
There's Jub when he was moaning about Little Chef when he was
Gone
little.
sleep.
You had the
Oh my
big-
god, Artie,
These little Hawaiian shorts.
oh my god, what the fuck? Wait,
Thanks for that.
those are literally those are literally the yellow the green versions of the ones I'm literally wearing right now. I'm literally wearing that's the same design. It's the same design but just different color. Look. It's
Can we just
literally
give Artie props
the
for
same-
how quickly she can Photoshop something like that?
the same design, different color. I'm freaked out by that. Well, yeah,
Like she knew.
that is young me.
I can't wait to wake up to that every morning. That's tremendous.
Do you have the hat as well?
I don't, but I will get one. Okay.
Well, I was supposed to it's giving me One Piece vibes.
This is a new live action One Piece, yeah. Just that.
You'll
Okay.
be D. Luffy.
Chubby. Monkey D. Chubby.
Monkey D. Jumpy, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, we'll do one more spin, and then we'll do. Then we'll do one more spin, and then we'll do one more hand-picked one. So let's spin one more time. See what we get. We are landing on. Okay, we're landing on Quick Fit. It's a fairly obscure one to land on. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say it's not really a good one to end on, is it?
No, we're not ending on Quick Fit.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna end after Quick Fit, but okay. So Quick Fit. Who wants to lead on the debate on Quick Fit?
Anyone?
I think Quick Fit are very clever at what they do. they do sell a lot of cheap components, but people are happy sometimes. Cars are expensive to run, and I do like the fact that there was like a business conference many years ago. It's spoken about quite often within the motor trade, and a lot of big wigs from the motor trade attended. And one of the guest speakers was the actual CEO of QuickFit. And the beginning of his speech, he literally just looked out across the hall at all the other people, and he said, "I just want to start by thanking every single manager within the motor trade here in the UK for making me the multi-millionaire that I am, because all the work that you think is too fiddly that you won't do, we end up doing, and I make loads of money out of it." So yeah, it's I don't particularly like them. I probably wouldn't use them myself, but I think for what they do and for the service they provide, you can't get better than a Quick Fit Fitter. Is bollocks, you can, but they're all right. They do okay. I personally, I think this B or C. I think they do all right. Yeah, and that's me. I'm done. I'm setting back.
I'm going to quickly just go in and say, yeah, I think it's a decent C. I say like I think they're thoroughly middling, but yeah, they're middling whilst also being passable. Like, I remember as a kid when our car broke down, we took it to QuickFit, and I remember sitting in the QuickFit waiting room, listening to the QuickFit radio, eating mini cheddars from the QuickFit vending machine, and they were nice mini cheddars, better than the mini cheddars we have now, because mini cheddars have changed the recipe and have got far too much crunch in it, not enough flavor in it. But that's a separate mini cheddar conversation that we're not going into at this very moment. Did they forget my burger too? No, that fuck off. Fuck off. No, they didn't, or else it'd be like that again. But no, I would agree with it being about a C. Yeah, the car broke down on the way back from Little Chefs. It was a fucking awful holiday. Sponge, any thoughts on QuickFit?
Literally just a garage, isn't it? They don't have a shop. It's not like Halfords. Am I right in remembering that? Okay. I don't think I've ever been to a QuickFit. I might have done as like a kid with my parents. So I have no opinion on them really. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They're kind of one of these things that like I think it's largely been forgotten about. Like, because I mean, like the whole slogan, what was it again? It was like, no one fits what? Better than a Quick Fit Fitter. What was it?
You can't get better than a Quick Fit Fitter. You can't get better than a Quick Fit Fitter. You can't get better than a Quick Fitter. We're the boys you trust. Something like that. That was.
I'll do phones for you.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't know how that one goes.
Oh fuck.
Phones for you.
Oh, that was smooth.
Phones
for you. Yeah.
Got skillful fingers to Sponge.
Well played.
Yeah. Like,
used to be a flight guider.
Yeah. Oh, I was having conversations about like about the rules. Apparently, one of the big things you're not allowed to do in the flight guidance is you're not allowed to have loose fingers, which I initially thought meant like a sort of leprosy thing, which I thought was quite discriminatory. But is it like your fingers have to be really tight together as you point the places? Yeah.
To be fair, one of my party tricks is something I do with my hand, which is, can you do that?
Is it now?
Can we do what? Hang on, where are we?
No, I can't. Yeah. That's the best I can do.
And then can you put them together and do them? Oh, wrong camera. Without splitting your fingers apart. Yeah, so your little fingers are doing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird. I never even thought about that.
That's hard.
I've never once considered this. I can't
put those two fingers together when I've got those two together. I physically cannot.
I've never considered this before. That's never been a question I've ever asked me.
I'm sorry.
A sponge party. A sponge party sounds like it's somewhere entirely different. That sounds like somewhere where you find your soft subs at a sponge party.
Sorry, I just need to flip my pineapple upside down.
Fun fact. Okay, so brief aside. So, you know those kind of like abstract metal ornaments you get in Windows? Like, I'm trying to find the picture. It's the ones that like every sort of like random sort of like vaguely middle class home has. Like, oh, what are they? Windowsill thing is. I can't find it, but it's like a kind of little metal spiral thing. I always hated them, and I've always mentioned that to my mother that I fucking hate those. Abstract metal spiral. Okay, I'll try that. I'll put metal spiral.
Do you mean like the type of thing that you buy from Next because you've got a windowsill that needs a thing on it?
Yeah, that sort of thing. I've always explained to my mum that I fucking hate those things. Not these ones yet.
they're like sculptures outside of government buildings
Yeah.
where they're there because there needs to be an art here.
Now, my mother actually bought me one for this house, and I daren't throw it away because it was a gift. It even has fake Diamante crystals, of which about 5 broke off as I took it out of the box. So she's not watching the stream right now, I don't think. If she is, then whoops. But basically, next time she goes on holiday anywhere, I'm buying and moving a fucking large bit of pampas grass outside of her house. That is my gift to her for her coming back. Just reminds of with the pineapple. Overall, Quick Fit is giving a C so far right now. So yeah, any thoughts on where you put Quick Fit above or under a C there, Sponge?
I'd probably put it pretty average in a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dip, any thoughts on Quick Fit? Would you keep it in the C?
I do have thoughts. I went in a bit of a wiki hole.
Okay.
So it turns out that Quick Fit is owned by the Itochu Corporation.
Oh, sorry. One thing here. Milo's saying that he'd rather watch Josh eat fat butts outside of Frankie and Benny's.
You got to pay extra for that, mate.
Yeah, that's not on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's not.
So yeah,
whichever one is.
It's owned by the Japanese company. I'm going to try and do this in Japanese. The Itochu Shoji Kabushiki Gaisha Corporation.
Of course.
Who are they're a big investment company. They are the world's largest shogo shosha companies, which are like big investment umbrella companies in Japan. So, fun fact: Quick Fit is in the same group of companies as Family Mart, the second largest chain of convenience stores in Japan. Dole, the Dole Fruit Corporation.
Oh fuck! I think it's Dull.
No, Dole. And Century 21 Real Estate.
What?
Yeah.
What a bizarre combination.
In company with fashion brands such as Paul Smith, Laura Ashley, Converse. They worked with Toshiba and Hitachi to build the North-South Expressway between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. And yeah. So they're in good company. Say you.
Say me.
Say me.
There we go.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't really have any opinions on them because I don't have a car.
Fair, same. Meg, you have a car?
I have.
What are your thoughts on Quick Fit?
I've never actually been to Quick Fit. I have no opinions.
Are we happy just put Quick Fit in a C then overall?
I think it's where it belongs.
Yeah. I'm going to put it... England next to Wilco in the C tier. So far, nothing's been in Debbie tier, which is quite surprising. But we're missing Debbie tier, we're missing S tier, which is basically Will Meller tier, except Will Meller has to be overlooking them all. So we're going to do one more from the wheel, and then we're going to do Josh's final one. And that way it's 10 we've done overall over the session, which is a nice
nearly there then.
Round number.
And we're coming back tomorrow to do the rest, or?
Yeah, we're doing the other 185 tomorrow.
Just doing this over the course of a few weeks, just get out of the way.
Okay,
Upload
next
it as
up,
a very
it's the
long video,
range. It's the range.
Ooh.
I feel like Sponge has to lead the range. Sponge, lead the way
That's
with
like
the range.
Will
I can't believe
Meller.
we're doing Poundland, B&M, Wilco, and the range in one evening. This has been a theme, and Will.
Powerful.
They're all the same.
Yeah. Okay. Would you kind of
I
take
feel
away
bad
on
now
the
because
range?
my other option was going to be Forbidden Planet for
Yeah.
my pick. Which I'm surprised no one else has picked, to be fair.
Well, Josh is still to go.
I love the range. It's like a candy store for me. I can go look at all the decorations. You know, I'm like, oh, I need a lamp for this little area in my house. I need to go get that, and I'll always go to the range. I do little girlfriend dates with my friends, and we'll go to the range for an hour or so and just chill out and laugh at stuff, and I just love it. And then you've got like the section with all like whatever's in season, which is always massive. They've got a huge hobby craft section, as well as food, as well as DIY. It's just whatever you need is there.
They've got food at the range.
Yeah. So our range, we've got a cafe upstairs, but also they sell like crisps and chocolate bars, and they've got like a little freezer section as well.
I did not know that.
I think our range is twinned with an Iceland.
Yeah?
Iceland and the range.
Yeah, it's just glorious.
For some reason, it's suggesting this range here in London as being the nearest range for me. I'm pretty sure there's a range in actually Aberdeen as opposed to in the middle of London. But thank you very much. Yeah, here it is. There, it is twin with Iceland.
Yep.
Fuck me, the more you know.
Because our one's got a B&M next to it.
Yeah, our the one in Aberdeen is actually quite close to B&M as well. It's actually far bigger than the B&M we've got. I quite like the range. Was it Johnny Quiz said it's posh Wilco? And yeah, I kind of get that vibe.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Dip seems to. Josh, you seem like you disagree with that.
I don't think it's worth ranking it against Wilco's. I would say that it's a shit Dunelm.
Oh.
Like I'd flip that around.
It's a shit Dunelm.
Yeah, it's a shit Dunelm.
I'd put it above Dunelm. See, I think Dunelm's boring. It's flat. I don't like it.
Yeah, but Dunelm has banging curtains, right?
Yeah.
If you want curtains, you go to Dunelm.
Fuck Dunelm curtains.
Okay,
What?
here we go. We've got the debates. We've got Wilco versus Dunelm. We've got the curtains against not curtains.
Dunelm curtains, right? I currently work at a dry cleaners.
Okay.
Dunelm curtains are the worst fucking things to deal with. I hate them with a passion, and every time I see them, I think there are a lot of fabrics in this store. It would only need one spark to burn this entire building down. Fuck Dunelm curtains.
Okay,
I know you see nowadays a lot of materials have to be fire retardant in order to use them in houses.
Okay, Sponge, can you please give
I'll
me
find a way.
a retort in defense of Dunelm curtains?
You can get them in practically any colour, any size. I don't know. They're just so thick and heavy. Like if you get curtains from nearly everywhere else, they're so thin and even like if you go to anywhere else and get like the blackout ones, they are not blackout. Dunelm Mill does proper blackout curtains, like full on. All of our curtains are blackout. I've got an entire wall that's just blackout curtains, and I love it. It keeps my sunroom warm in the winter. It keeps my bedroom warm in the winter. It stops the sunlight in the summer. I love them.
If you ever need to clean those curtains,
I'm coming to your.
Apologise to your dry cleaner before you hand them over.
I've never used a dry cleaner. I can't afford that.
You have to say, I am sorry. I am asking you to clean these curtains.
And
then tip them.
I'm kind of with Sponge here. I've never got my curtains dry cleaned before. It's like I give them a wipe.
Not too much money if you're getting your curtains dry cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wipe in the curtains as well.
Yeah.
You lay them out. Use the carpet cleaner on them.
I mean, I don't work at an actual dry cleaner here, so I can't talk. But like, I'm siding with Sponge here. I think the win in the round of Dunelm curtains, yes or no, has gone to Sponge here. I'm sorry, Meg. Meg is fucking livid here.
I am livid. I fucking hate Dunelm curtains.
What are you comparing
They are
them
the worst part of my job.
Meg, do you work at a dry cleaners?
Yes.
Of them.
Oh.
I'm not even. I currently work in a dry cleaners.
I think that's worth taking on board, Jub.
It is.
We do have an industry specialist in the house.
What are the easiest curtains to dry clean then?
The easiest curtains to dry clean are we had once. It was kids' curtains from IKEA, and they were wonderful.
See, the thing is with IKEA
they were
curtains,
so nice.
They're so thin though. Like we've got IKEA curtains here, and even like on a foggy day, you can still see the sunlight coming through.
How many fucking curtains do you have, Sponge? You've got.
I have a whole house.
About 500 windows.
Which has a lot of curtains.
Yeah.
Josh has been to my house. I literally in the sunroom. I literally have a wall that is all curtains. Because it's it's got like a big French door and then 2 massive windows, and it's an external room, so it helps keep it warm.
So yeah, I have worked with more curtains than you will ever purchase in your life, right? And there are good curtains and there are bad curtains, and Dunelm ones are always on the bad side of the scale.
What about Laura Ashley?
Well, I mean, they are made by some people who make quick fit, so yeah, they do have that.
Yeah.
Fucking Debbie tier curtains, aren't they?
Yeah. We're gonna have to make it, next stream is gonna be the fucking curtain tier list.
I'm like the industry professional that you bring on for that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're not
Let's
talking
draw
about
this
Dunelm.
curtain
What are we
chat.
talking about?
We're not
The
talking about
range.
Dunelm. We're talking about the range.
The range.
This all started with the range, and then it became.
I would like to point out, Dunelm isn't on this list.
It is.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I've been looking up and down. I cannot find it.
So
It's
bring
not
it
on the
back to the
list.
range.
Is it not?
I forgot Dunelm existed. Apologies.
Bring it back to the range.
Bring it back to the
how hard are the range curtains to clean?
There we go.
The range aren't too bad.
Oh.
The
I
range
wasn't
I'd put,
expecting
like,
a serious answer to that.
The range I'd put solidly in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, excuse me. Anything that can be dry cleaned, I have an opinion on.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. I'm still. My brain's still in curtain mode. UV, what are your thoughts on the range?
They're very similar to B&M, to be honest with you. I've struggled to tell the difference between them, other than the odd one or two items are better in one than the other. So better, really. I haven't got much to say really about their curtains. I've never bought them from either Dunelm or the range because they were already in the house when I bought it, and I've never bothered to change them. Change the shower curtain.
Have you ever
and
had
they
them
sell
dry
good shower
cleaned?
curtains in the range. No, by fuck. Mrs. UV will take the curtains down every now and then and wash them, but that used to be because the cat that sadly passed away now. Everyone's dying. Shat all over them like frequently. We come down and do the shit all over the curtains because they're long, and she was taking them down and washing them all the time. It was doing a goddamn head in. But now the curtains haven't been washed for ages since the cat passed away. So yeah, all good really. Positives from a negative.
Yeah, silver lining.
You have to take them down to Meg's, get them dry cleaned.
Could do, yeah.
I will warn you, will not get a discount because I work there and I don't even get a discount.
I think they're Dunelm curtains as well. If I'm honest with you, I'm sure Mrs. UV's told me they're Dunelm curtains. So I'll be
Sure.
down soon, buddy.
Honestly, Dunelm
Okay.
curtains. Okay, whilst that, don't get them dry
We're back
cleaned,
to
because
this.
Not
you
yet.
will struggle.
If you
but
just
they
put
are
them up
such
and
good.
never, if you put them up and never take them down again, fine. If you bring them to me,
Hey.
you're not getting them back. I'm just
We
gonna
actually
bury
have
them.
some nice curtains that we've still put up. I'm going to quickly check what they are. I'm going to leave you to it. Josh, can you please give me your opinion on the range whilst this is happening? I need to quickly check what my curtains are.
It's alright. It is just, it's kind of like shit Dunelm. It's okay. Like everything that we've bought from there has been perfectly cromulent, but yeah, I have no strong opinions on it. I'd rather go to like IKEA.
No,
I'm
you
the
go down
worst
range.
person to have on this. I don't go outside. I don't shop places in person.
And yet you've just had a whinge at me about not inviting you to the range dates.
That's different.
Cheeky
That's not
bastard.
going out shopping. That's going out and having a nice day with my friend, who I thought was my friend, but clearly
He's got
not.
FOMO.
I live 10 minutes down the road, but you can't take me to the range.
They sell pretty good fake plants in the range, though. I'll be honest, they look
I've
really
got-
good.
I've
Oh,
got a
fuck
weighted
fake
blanket
plants.
from the range, and I would not be able to sleep without it most nights.
Okay,
I think
also,
Sarah's
that?
weighted blankets from the range.
Ah.
also
Very
rather
weighted
hilarious that my
blanket.
curtains are from Wilco. After all this time. Okay, I don't know. I think for me, I don't think Wilco is particularly comparable to B&M. I think B&M is more of a.
The range.
The range,
Oh
round
man,
about the
the
range.
green screen makes us look awful. It's actually quite nice. I don't think the range is comparable to B&M. I think the range for me is automatically higher quality thoughts, but like lower price.
It doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
someone's just
Higher
upended a container of like.
Yeah,
But
it's organized
crap
chaos as
into it.
opposed to just like.
Yeah.
Where I
Here's
live,
some
there's a
stuff.
B&M right next door to a range. They're next door to each other, and you can literally walk in and out of them, and it feels like you're in exactly the same place. Annoys me.
Okay.
I don't know why they decided to open up next to each other. Ridiculous. I'm so
In
annoyed
terms
now
of
that you've
the
made me think of that.
organisation of Wilco's of what you need, like there is a hobby area, there's a craft area, whatever, there's fabrics and that, but it's also got the randomness of the Aldi middle aisle,
Yeah.
which I love. A little bit of a surprise.
Oh yeah, it's got a craft section, but when you go into it, there's just the better off of what they're gonna have.
Yeah.
The smaller the Wilco's gets, the more eclectic it gets.
Okay.
I like the bit where it's like random kids craft ideas. It's like you might get a dinosaur to paint, you might get, I don't know, a hand to fingernail. I don't know.
So
weird
where are we
stuff.
putting the range then? Sponge, I'll let you lead the range bidding.
To me, it's Will Meller level.
It's Will Meller level. It's S tier. Okay, we'll start off the range in Will Meller level S tier. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to say for me it's probably B tier. So let's bring it down to A tier overall. Josh, where are you putting the range?
It's a C. If the range stopped existing tomorrow, my life wouldn't change in any meaningful way.
You wouldn't be mad at me anymore.
Oh no, I'd find something.
Okay, that's brought it down to a high B tier. High B, low A. UV, where are you putting the range?
I'm going to put it in B tier with B&M.
Okay. Are we putting it above or below B and M in B tier?
I prefer the B&M logo, so just below B&M. it's funkier. The range one looks a bit. It hasn't got the panache of the B&M logo. So.
Valid. And Meg, you get the final say.
I am a B tier for the range.
Okay, so Meg, are you happy with it being below B and M?
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course you fucking would be. You fucking hate them. Okay. So, with this, we go into the final one. And we're going to be asking Josh, can you please give me your choice for your chain store?
Well, I mean, Spongy sort of set me up. So I'm going to have to go with Forbidden Planet.
Okay, Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, if they're on the list.
They are on the list indeed.
They are, yeah.
Specifically, how you should never shop there. And you should instead go to your friendly local game shop, because I promise you it's not doing well financially. And they gotta eat. Don't go to Forbidden Planet. It's just a big box full of Funko Pops. That's all it is. It's just a big box.
Instead.
I fucking hate Funko Pops. They're everywhere.
Same.
Yeah, they are the fucking worst. They are the glitter of the plastic world. No. Glitter is the glitter of the plastic world. They're Beanie Babies for cunts. Like
that's funnily enough, that's not how they advertise them. Need that on a t-shirt.
I apologise if anyone doesn't like that word, but it's true. Deal with it. But no, so like, don't go to the Forbidden Planet. Go to like your friendly local gaming shop. Like, go to the guy round the road who like really cares about this stuff and stocks interesting stuff and understands his lines, or her, or they. Shout out to all my non-binary game shop owners. If you're out there, hit me up.
There's got to be at least one.
Oh yeah,
fucking hundreds.
At least.
Listen here. I've met a lot of people who own game shops. There's plenty. Yeah, like go to the one that has the nice tables and a little cheap coffee machine, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to come in, play some Magic the Gathering, and have a cup of coffee?" Like, go to those places. Don't go to the Forbidden Planet, where if you try and buy anything, the staff looks at you with disdain because they all think they're the coolest people on earth, despite they're all failed university students. No offense to anyone that's worked there, by the way. I am
21, but you're a failed university.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I am an ally to all workers, except people who work at Forbidden Planet.
Up against the wall, along with Bolliger and Mabillard.
Whoa. Maybe not that far. Like, a couple of years in a gulag or a re-education camp, but come on.
So you're saying A or B tier, yeah?
I'm gonna because it is at the very least the fallback shop when like your friendly local gaming shop doesn't have the thing you want, and you don't want to wait for 24-hour delivery from an online one.
An online one which uses basically slave labor as well.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't buy from Amazon. Oh my god. We're not even gonna go there.
Yeah, they're not even on the list. They're Debbie tier.
I mean, they are on the list because you've got like B&M and the Range and Wilco's, who are just high street Amazon.
Yeah, kind of.
High
Yeah.
street.
Yeah, but they're not owned by Jeff Bezos.
It's true. They also don't stock brands like Florable Flarf, all caps, and Best Friend Life.
Yes.
Meg, what are your thoughts on Forbidden Planet?
3 for 2 manga. That's all I can say. Is as somebody who collects, it can be quite helpful. To just be
Speak
like,
to the owner of your friendly local gaming shop. That could
don't
probably
have a
help you."
friendly local gaming shop.
This is the problem.
Open
A lot
one.
of places don't have friendly local gaming shops, and the ones
Yeah.
and a lot of friendly local gaming shops fail. Although arguably a big part of that's because of Forbidden Planet itself. So it is a cycle.
Yeah. I don't have a local gaming shop. Closest
Open
thing
one.
I have to a local gaming shop is the game that's on the top floor of a Sports Direct.
Yeah.
That's the saddest combination of things I've ever heard.
No,
in my
right?
life.
You have to go up. You have to walk up 3 flights of stairs to get to a game.
Also, if there is a Venn diagram of people who
Sports
shop at
Direct,
game,
Sports Direct customers, game customers. There is nothing there.
I mean, it's like one of my favorite things ever. Just briefly tangenting away for a bit, is over by the Aberdeen University. They going to show the map here. So this is over by the university. Now there's the library over here, and there's kind of like a little retail park at the back of the library. And it used to be like I think it was like a rug store or something like that. And where is it? Yeah. Oh, come on. Where the fuck is it? Okay, it's down this way. So yeah, there's Kitty Brewster kind of retail park. And it got torn down and got replaced with 2 things. And I believe both of these are like open like super late, if not 24 hours. And they both just popped up at the exact same time. You have a Pure Gym and a McDonald's right next to each other. And there are windows on this side of the Pure Gym and windows on the side of McDonald's. You can stare at the other half of society from whichever half you're in at the time. Or you can do what I did a couple times and just go from one to the other, like the animal I was. It's fucking brilliant.
In Leeds, there is a Pure Gym right next to Red Hot Buffet. Not Red Hot Buffet, Red's Barbecue.
Yeah.
And the signs are literally next to each other, and it says this way Red's and this way Pure Gym. And I used to go to the gym, and every time I'd make this decision of just staring, like, I want to go there, but I need to go there.
Yeah. It's one of these
Which
when
way,
life is
modern
judging you.
Yeah.
UV, where's your stance on Forbidden Planet? As a fellow Funko Pop hater.
If I hadn't have heard what other people had said prior to me, then I would have been comfortable saying what I'm about to say. But now I feel bad. But
It's fine, it's a safe
I
space.
really like Forbidden Planet. We haven't got any local game shops really. I mean, there's one nearby, but it's I don't know if they're a chain or whether they're actually an independent. I'm not sure how it works, but they're called like Firestorm. They sell lots of board games and things like that. Stuff that's genuinely like to do with like the sort of the geek culture, which I love to be a part of. But for me, the nearest Forbidden Planet for me is in Cardiff City. And every time I go to Cardiff, I'll always make a point of stopping in just to see what's there. The people there are friendly. I've known them for a while. They recognise me when I go in. They're really friendly. They seem to know a lot about the stuff that they sell. I don't know if that's going to be the same across all Forbidden Planets, but they seem to be the right fit for the store. And the service I've always got there's been really good. If they haven't got what I'm after, they already, like any good shop would be, they'll always kind of say, well, we can get it for you, though. We'll know if you need us to. And yeah, for me, I think they're good. It's got stuff in there that I find interesting and I enjoy looking at and what have you. And It works for me, and so for me, I like Forbidden Planet. I think all right.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I think it's fine to have that opinion. I mean, like ultimately, one of the big things is like, yeah, I agree with Josh as much as that if you do have a local home run alternative, yes, go for that first. But also, if you've not got one, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, start one if you can. But like, not everyone's in a position where they can start one, and ultimately, it is. Yeah, it's a bit mainstream. It's a bit basic, but it's still a decent hub for what they provide, and it's not, you know, it's not egregious.
It's an interesting one, right? Because they're good as a fallback when there isn't something local, but you also have to ask the question of, is there nothing local because there's a Forbidden Planet there?
Yeah, it is a difficult question. And Sponge, as the person who first brought Forbidden Planet into the discussion here, where's your stance?
I think Adele mentioned it in the in chat. It's similar. Like, as a teenager, there wasn't Geek Retreat, there wasn't Traveling Man. Very, very few independent stores for the stuff I was into, which was a lot of anime, board games, manga, and all that. And Forbidden Planet, when I was a teenager, was amazing because it was like the only retail shop that was all these things that I was into that no one else really liked. So for me, I loved it as a kid. But I've got to agree with Josh now. I treat it the same way I treat Waterstones or WH Smiths. I'll go in and see what I want and I'll buy it somewhere else cheaper.
Fair.
Because it is a bit overpriced.
I think this is one of the more difficult ones to place then. So Josh, I mean, as you the person who brought this in, as the person who led this in, you get first pick of where this goes. So,
hey,
where are you putting it?
C
tier. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
It is still at the end of the day something that exists to serve a minority demographic.
Yeah, it is a really difficult one.
There's this thing we call dialectics.
Yes.
Yeah, it's difficult, but yeah, I'd say it's a C, right? I wouldn't put it any higher because I would rather shop somewhere else.
Yeah, I get you. I'm also going to chip in here and agree with it being C tier as well. Sponge, where are you putting it?
I'm happy for it to be in C tier. Absolutely. It's a good place to look for new things.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't spend money there now.
Okay. UV, you get what? You get to pick next. Where would you?
For me personally, I would put it in A. I really like Forbidden Planet. It's a place I love to go when I go to Cardiff. You do make a decent point as well about obviously the smaller local game stores and to make sure you support those. But I'm not aware of any. To me, they are my local game store because I'm not aware of any other ones in Cardiff. In Newport, it's different, but in Cardiff, I'm not aware of any. And so every time I go there, I end up spending way too much time in there, just looking at things that I find interesting. And like every now and then, you'll see the little, like say you're into like, for instance, I don't know, something that is maybe a little bit less difficult to find in other places. Like my son loves like Five Nights at Freddy's game. Couldn't find any merchandise for Five Nights at Freddy's in any of the local places and things like that. Went to Forbidden Planet. They had a nice little selection of stuff there. It had what I was after. And so for me, I think they're pretty good. I'd put them in A.
Fair. So that's bumped it up to a B tier. However, the chat poll came through solidly between D or F, with one C vote. So this then kind of narrows it down, brings it back into the middle of C. Meg, you have the final say.
I'm going solid C.
Solid C.
The only reason I go in there is because 3 for 2 on manga. I add to my collection and then I disappear.
That's pretty fair. Okay, with that, we've now done 10. So this is now the final round that I haven't told you about. It's not anything like the secret
surprise round.
Surprise round. The surprise round is that you each get, as you're all the brain trusts, you get one unquestionable. You get one sort of like powerful use of your expertise. So each of you can move one item up or down by one tier.
Ooh.
Uncontestable, that's the one I was looking for, yeah. So, Josh, you get the first one. Which one would you like to move up or down by 1 tier?
Oh, right. Oh, so I can't pick a new one.
You can't pick a new one, but you because this is the end of the evening. But you get to move any one of the ones that we did tonight up or down by 1.
I kind of want to move Little Chef up a tier.
Up a tier.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Just Olympic breakfast with sauteed potatoes.
That's very valid.
Yeah. We used to stop at one whenever I'd go on like little trips with my grandparents. So
I'm gonna
have good memories.
Yeah, I'm good. I was gonna go last, but I'm gonna go next. Purely because, and this is not just as a reaction to what you did there. My move was going to be to move it down into Debbie tier, so I'm gonna move it back the fuck into D tier.
Back it
No,
goes.
reverse.
I was fully planning on putting it into Debbie tier there out of memories of tiny little babies up there, but I will happily take it back down to D tier. Sponge, you get next with your uncontestable power.
I would like to raise Dunelm curtains. No, sorry, the range.
The range up into A tier.
Yes, please.
Fair. Meg?
Ooh. Can I move Will Meller up a bit? No. I pretty much agree with everything that we've done. So
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. If you agree with everything, you can leave it as is. What you could also do, because I'm just making this up on the spot, is you could actually lock one in place so that it cannot be moved.
Oh, okay. So, like, this is where this lives. This is a baseline for ranking things. Then, honestly, I think B&M is perfect where it is.
Yeah. Also, I would give chat one as well, Johnny, but I think it'd be a little bit too hard to organize how that works, because it'd be a case of vote for which one you want to move and vote which way you want to move it. I think it'd be a bit too difficult. Although, personally, I would also like Will Worth up, but for me, Little Chef being in C tier was just unforgivable. Sorry, Meg. So is there anything? Are you happy leaving it as where it is, or do you want to lock B&M in?
Yeah, I think I'd like to lock B&M in because it's a solid store.
Fair. So I'll tell you what, chat. Actually, if you can come up with a consensus one that you want moved in one direction, then I will allow it. Okay. And lastly, UV. Which one would you like to move, with the exception of B&M, because that's been locked in?
Yep.
I'm torn. See, I'm torn.
Are you all out of faith? Is this how you
Yeah,
feel?
I am. That's right. I'm cold,
Are you cold
and
and
ashamed.
afraid?
And I will be lying naked on the floor in a minute. Is he? I'm tempted to see, because it's so full of like festival shit every now and then during the year, and it made you feel so bad. I feel like I could drag Little Chef down into Debbie tier. But I'm not going to do that.
Fair.
I'm going to move
still laughing
Wilco
at-
up the
I'm
B
still
tier,
laughing
please.
at Festival
For
shitting in a little
for
chef.
Granch, I'm going to move Wilco's up the B tier. Let's
Yeah,
get it
there we
up.
go.
Get it up the league.
Okay, that is exactly what Artie was going for as well. So, yeah, Poundland is still definitely bottom of the tier. So there's a poll open in chat for the final one. I believe the highest. So we have 2 minutes left to cast.
Will Meller.
Wait,
Will Meller.
There's an option.
we can't. Like, if Will Meller isn't in Will Meller tier, something's gone very fucking wrong in the universe.
But Will Meller, can we vote him to go up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make
Will
Will
Meller
Meller
tier.
plus.
Will Meller plus. New game plus, but it's just Will Meller.
So,
No,
Job,
okay.
while we're waiting for those polls to come in,
Yep.
just cause I'm a fucking nerd. In your bookmarks toolbar, what is the difference between jobs and jobs?
Let me have a look. One of them I updated in 2022, and the other one I use actively.
Excellent. That's some good bookmarks bar hygiene.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly delete that book, delete the old one because I didn't even notice it there.
No,
Thank
but
you.
I'm going to go check out RT Gaming on Twitch.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, I was totally just looking for people to raid next, although it's going to be Ratmum, so...
Yes, that's right. Raid my wife. Then
Yeah.
chat has to put up with me again.
So, the poll is largely saying Woolies and Will Meller. It seems tied. Okay, so this means we're doing both. Woolies is going up a tier into S tier. Actually, tell you what, S tier is going to be renamed Will Meller tier. I'm going to cheat. Because F tier is Debbie tier, S tier is Will Meller tier. I think it's fair to have things named after people. And Will Meller is going to be in Will Meller Plus. I think this is the fairest way to do it without making up more tiers that nothing can go into. So, Will versus Will moved into Will Meller tier, and Will Meller is now moved into Will Meller Plus tier.
Tremendous.
This is Democracy Manifest. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight. If someone can please give shout outs to the fantastic people who were in tonight's lovely chat show.
Rigged.
Rigged completely. We have the fantastic HiddenDip, the fantastic Spongeydoodle, the fantastic _mechanical_, and the fantastic Ultraviolence007. I've been the Job. There we go. I forgot how loud the shout out sounds were. But good God. Anyway, big waves goodbye. Woo! I need to do the raid Ratman. There we go. Goodbye.